there seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
Great Scott.
I know, this is heavy.
It doesn't matter. It's in the past.
I'm gonna knock these stickers off. What up, people? We live.
Yo, we in here.
For Heroes No Capes episode. What's this, 22?
22, man. 22.
I think it's 22. All right. I be trying to make sure. I be second guessing myself. Look, y'all in the chat, y'all wild. I'm gonna get to y'all real quick. But first, thank y'all, everybody, for being here. Again, we wouldn't be a show without y'all. We'd just be two dudes yelling into the abyss about pop culture and whatnot. But I am the Abomination, known as AJ. Ooh, clap, 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 clap. And I am joined by my co-host here, Left Eye Ego. What up, bro? How you doing? How you feeling?
Man, I'm doing great. You know, we just got back from the wedding back on Monday. Been resting ever since because it was an Indian wedding and that went very long, but it was a lot of fun. I'm just glad to be back and on camera. I'm chilling with you guys.
I was just telling this man because I told him to watch RRR. Speaking of RRR, our guest today, if they make it on, Flaccid Phoenix is coming through. Them boys wild. Kaylin, I hope you hear it because you gonna enjoy this show. We'll see though. We're gonna have some fun when they come through. But yeah, the Phoenixes told me to check out RRR. They was like hyping it up. Oh, it's this amazing ass movie. Y'all know I don't care about what I keep saying. I don't really care for live action. Doesn't really translate well from comics or from cartoons to me or from video games. Because then you got the restrictions of the human body. And then you got motherfuckers in these roles that don't really care to try to be these characters as much as possible. But RRR, bro, that shit was wild. I describe it as live action anime done right.
Yes.
It does a great display of like fantasy elements in a real world setting. Like how anime characters, you can regular people, normal citizens can like jump super high or, you know what I'm saying, accomplish these great feats and whatnot. This is what RRR did. But they went beyond that with these two main characters. And bro, it was wild. But that's gonna be a review for another time. That's gonna have to be a stream.
It's gonna have to be
for another time. Because today we here to talk about House of the Dragons and She-Hulk.
Yes.
Those are our topics because again, this show is we trying to have fun. We're just trying to talk about some things that, you know what I'm saying, we enjoy very much so. We're trying to recreate the Saturday morning vibe as when we was kids into adult now. So this is what this is about, the entertainment, talking about our likes as well as dislikes.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say we liking House of the Dragon. We feeling it.
Yeah.
Game was fucking amazing. Except for the end, you know what I'm saying? It didn't end on a high.
Agreed.
how you feeling, bro? House of the Dragon and She-Hulk. She-Hulk we're both fans of, but we hate this fucking show. We're going to
Yeah.
make videos about that. How you feel about these things?
No, I mean, I guess we're mainly tackling because they're live action adaptations of very popular books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I know that She-Hulk had a decent maybe 5 or 6 years where she was really, really, really popular, but then it would fade into obscurity, come back really strong, fade into obscurity. And so now that they finally get the limelight, you got House of Dragon and She-Hulk, you're kind of almost comparing and contrasting the two. And I know that we always are putting down things when they're terrible, but we're like, well, hey, here's one where it's 2 popular books. One did the right thing. And at least for what we can tell, outside of a race swap of Corliss, who I call Lord Cornrows, Cornrollis, yes. The great Cornrollis. Yeah, outside of that, I mean, they kind of followed with the tradition and told you about qualifiers. Like, hey, this isn't normal at all, but we're in an extraordinary tight situation here. And that, and compared to She-Hulk, it's like, well, we know what we're doing. We just don't really give a shit.
Okay.
Can I address C4C at the bottom? Can you put that?
Hold on.
1 second. Hold on.
let me address him first, bro. If you don't mind, I got a joke I want to get out before you tell the truth. Remember on the last stream when we said that his ass was gonna get robbed and they was gonna leave the Ezra Miller Flash store. Ego, pull out the Ezra Miller Flash toy.
No.
All right, I'm just having fun though. But
no, C4C, I got robbed. No, I'm joking. What you call it? We're actually doing a little moving and restructuring around the house. So we're trying to do some relocation, and I have everything in boxes right now. So hopefully in the next few weeks, I'll have a better display and everything. But yeah, that joke wrote itself weeks ago, and now all I got is the Flash helmet.
All right, let me address the chat, man. Let me address the chat. No, you good, bro. That shit was hilarious. I was dying when he said that, bro. God damn. All right, so these folks come in. What up, John A. Douglas? Okay, so hold on. So I highlighted you, Arno Lopez. So he was talking about, you know what I'm saying? He got his shit together. He coming in for the show, his snacks and whatnot. And John was like, Arno, every time in the chat, you were the chat eating up all the goddamn food. Y'all know the reference, John. I'm glad you know the reference, man. God damn. Dempsey up in here, hell chat, and AJ. And
Ego. Was good.
And Ego.
Oh man.
Go to Ego channel. He's doing shit. My man is coming out the gate with the videos. I was like, okay, he's gonna be on it. You're gonna have to drop the link to your stuff.
I'm gonna have to. Let me.
I don't know how to make you a mod, bro, but
that's fine. We'll work on it.
Yeah, we'll learn. We said we're gonna learn, but
yeah, we're still working on stuff.
What was I saying? What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So you've been coming out the gate with videos, and I thought,
yeah,
when I was trying to get you to do this, I was like, okay, he gonna, you know what I'm saying? He gonna put out some videos. I was like, I'm not gonna say they was few and far between, but I didn't think you was gonna be as consistent as you are already. So it's
I wasn't sure either. I'm not gonna lie.
Right, I feel you, but it's cool to see that you constantly, like, I wake up some days and like, bam, Ego put out a new video. I'm like, oh shit, look at my guy. So yeah, man, that's what's up.
I appreciate it, man.
Dempsey, we hollered at you already. Oh yeah. Old chicken, old pig feet. Look at y'all. That's why I said y'all. Wow, they was having fun. T4C, he said he's early today, but I need breakfast. He'll be back. All right, so you probably came back with your comment that we addressed. So glad you up in here, bro. Appreciate everybody that's up in here. The 8 of y'all. Look, y'all, we're gonna get into the topics. All right, this is what I intended for this podcast, was for me to be on here with somebody. Ego was that dude, and for us to just have these conversations, but also thinking of the future. I was like, the chat is gonna be in there, and they're gonna be going wild, and they're gonna bring something to it, and it's happening, man. So Y'all's wild. Y'all's wild. Dempsey, I'm glad I saw this comment. I want to play devil's advocate here. She-Hulk was promiscuous in the comics, right? Naked Shot was saying, and all of that. Is her twerking that out of character for her? It was cringe, but in character. Do you want to take it? Because we talked about this.
Yeah, so I actually watched the episode, and so I will say this. It's not like we're saying it was terrible, gross, and disgusting because it was in character. It was the context of the situation in which they're telling us she's twerking, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if anyone saw the episode 3. We're gonna do spoilers up in this, you know what I mean? But so there was an Asgardian that was a shapeshifter, and she basically catfished a guy with the body of Megan Thee Stallion. So she made this dude think she was Megan Thee Stallion, and basically got him to spend a lot of money on her. So guy sues her, and then they win. And so Megan Thee Stallion's in the courtroom when this happens, and even though She-Hulk just provides testimony, Megan Thee Stallion's like, damn the lawyer that actually won the case and prevented me from further identity theft. I'm going to have She-Hulk be my new attorney, right? And so as soon as she signs the contract, she's like, yo, you're way more fun than my last lawyer. And then out of nowhere.
Hold on. So she wants Jen as her lawyer because Jen co-signs that this guy is delusional and thinking that he has a chance with Megan Thee Stallion.
Right. So I was trying to just give you the context of it so people would understand. They was gonna go jump into the minutia of it. You know what I mean?
What? No, I feel you, but that's what happened. That's like, I'm not saying what you was providing was not context, but that's why it happened in that moment.
Oh yeah, okay.
So like calling to what actually happened before with Jen's testimony, as in.
This guy's an idiot. He can never get me.
Yeah. My bad. Just go. I'm gonna look at chat. I'm gonna manage shit. Yeah. Be quiet.
So while after that, out of nowhere, music starts playing, and then out of all this, they just start twerking, and then She-Hulk is dropping it low while Megan Thee Stallion pats her butt. And the main problem that we talked about having with it is the fact that it's in the middle of the damn day at work, and it's at a corporate job. And the office that you have has zero privacy because it's all glass. You couldn't turn the blinds if you want to like start twerking like that to celebrate. Like we talked about the context of saying that, hey, let's say that she was signing the papers that day, and she's like, yo, you're way more cool than my last lawyer. Listen, we'll go to the club, and then you see them in the VIP section twerking. I don't have a problem with that. It's just you told us the whole time about saying, well, hey, I must avoid the male gaze and not get angry or else I'll get murdered. Or I have to have idiots deal with me all day. And then I get catcalled. But the minute some music comes on, shit, gonna make some rain up in here. I gotta get some change. She turns into like a stripper in a pantsuit. So it's very conflicting. It's irritating because there are actually points in the episode that they really could have used. That's what I got. Like, what did you get when we were talking about it earlier?
I would have been all down for She-Hulk twerking. Y'all know I be talking about black issues and shit. The thing is, they chose Megan Thee Stallion for this. So, and this is, I got a video talking about this, but like we got, all right, sexualized black women, which Megan Thee Stallion do it to herself. You know what I'm saying? This is not a fucking icon that should be praised. So they knew what they was getting when they requested her and they wanted her to be in this show. So the fact that you're using her for that, as well as, okay, it works with Jennifer Walters, She-Hulk, but I'm looking at like what Megan Thee Stallion got on, and as opposed to what fucking Jen got on, or She-Hulk with this loose ass baggy pantsuit. Like I would have been all down for She-Hulk twerking, you know what I'm saying, looking good because that's her. But it's like that difference. Why you got to have this one sexualized, which is in her character? That's what Megan Thee Stallion want. That's what y'all want her for. But that's also the Jennifer Walters that we talking about. That's in character for her as well. Why can this one look like that and do this dance?
But she can't.
But this one can't. Why do you want to make her or assert her as the strong, intelligent? You know what I'm saying? Formal, like y'all get what I'm trying to say. Like that person,
polished.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. As opposed to this, when again, this is what Jen is. Now, what me and Ego was saying, what he just said, if you would have had them we were trying to think of like what is the equivalent of dudes doing that, but it's like dudes don't dance like that, and this
No.
nigga dance. I don't, so we really wouldn't be dancing. But you know, dudes would be
Nah.
like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, if you just kill it at the job or something.
Yeah.
But you do
Maybe a
that
chest,
away.
maybe a chest bump. Maybe.
But you
But it's
but you
like
do that,
rarely.
and you do that away from where everybody can see you, especially the higher ups or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll close the door and then we'll, you know what I'm saying, do that. And I was trying to say, like, is that the could it also be the equivalent of like a man grabbing his dick and they just like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, around the office? They wasn't around the office. I understand that was in their room, but I'm like, I think that's too far, but that's still weird.
It is.
But if you would have like this show lacks comedy, if they would have had some joke or maybe, you know what I'm saying, Megan the Stallion, going back to the little troll, the elf girl, I feel like if she's getting prosecuted or being charged with some shit, like just run your ass back to Asgard,
Well,
and then you won't be having these problems.
even that was it's New Asgard. Fine, we get it. But once Loki got arrested in Avengers, didn't the Asgardian people take him away?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did.
Like, where's your Asgardian prosecution? I know that Asgard fell to New Asgard, but you still have law and order, right? So if she is technically a diplomat, why didn't they actually say, no, hey, look, we're going to pay restitution. Here it is. We're taking her back to New Asgard for confinement.
Mm-hmm. All right, back to the Megan Thee Stallion thing, though. So it's definitely, that's my thing. It's just like, why can a black one do it and this white girl can't, or whatever Tatiana Maslany is, which I done said in my video, she fine to me. All these women fucking beautiful. Not Megan Thee Stallion. She got too much going on, but I'm talking about the cast.
And Stallion's a horse. A Stallion's a male horse, too.
A stallion is a male horse, so she picking
weird.
a whole bunch of these niggas out here. So I'm just what they're trying to do with it's just that distinction, bro. Just it's weird to me. It's you know what I'm saying, you okay when this one do it, but and that's why I also said Jessica Gal, she said the Burn run was her inspiration for this show. So it's like,
okay,
you say that, but then you make this character everything that one was not. But you knew that would appeal to the fans. Like, you could do some surface level Google research and figure out, okay, this is the definitive She-Hulk for most people. But again, once you make her exactly the opposite of that character, it's like, okay, so what really did you fucking take from that book? You know what I'm saying? And She-Hulk puts on clothes slightly big enough for her to change, or she takes the shit off and has something underneath. This Jen just got baggy pantsuit, so when I change, I fit in the fucking suit. And it's just I want to see sexy Jen. Y'all saying in the chat that little booty clapping she could have been doing. Hey, bro, if they would have had some fun with that, you know what I'm saying? If she didn't end up twerking on some villain, she'd have just beat the fuck out of him and he dazed and she started clapping that thing and he boom, boom, even more, and then clapping back. And then the shield police come and put cops on that boy. I'd be like, damn, y'all did that. But nah, you just twerking at the job. Like, and then She-Hulk says, Megan Thee Stallion, I'll kill for you. Do you recall her saying that? I know she said that. And
she's like, hey, back it up.
You were, yeah, even Megan Thee Stallion was like, hold on, bro, that's too much. Like, why? I understand you don't want to be a superhero, but you can't be no person with powers just saying shit like that out loud, especially when freedom of fucking speech is being attacked like they doing with I don't say, you know, Twitter, Jamila Jamil and her and the backlash she done got because she didn't apologize for misgendering somebody. So I'm just like, be careful with your words, Jen. You a real dumbass lawyer.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess that's the weird thing too, is like they lead us to believe that she's been a lawyer for a little bit now, right? At least a few years. You know what I'm saying? It's not like she's fresh out of law school and past the bar, which would have more so explained her behavior and immaturity.
It would,
if she were fresh out of law school, because the point where Emil Blonsky goes into becoming Abomination and everyone else freaks out, she's like, "Oh, I can use this. Hold on, hey, look, he actually can control it, and he did come back from the Kumite of his own free will." So he technically isn't a threat. I would expect someone that's just figuring themselves out and learning how to use the law to their advantage to say something like that. to remain calm and actually say that, as opposed to someone's been practicing law for, I'm thinking, what, a minimum of 5 years is the impression that they would give you. At a minimum of 5 years, go ahead.
I would say that these are what, women in their 30s, right? She said some reference to like, so I don't know, you know, you tell
All right,
me.
So if you got like what? So 18 and 22 is undergrad, 22 to 26 is law school if she went the straight path, which means that she would have probably did some clerking in an interning and passing the bar, which probably would have had her graduating maybe around, or finishing and getting her Juris Doctorate maybe around 28, 29 maybe. So yeah, I'm like, what, at least 5 years in.
Mm-hmm.
At least 5 years in. But yet I haven't heard her say any set any precedent to any laws that could have been, they could have made up specifically for the episode regarding superhuman law. If you have a superhuman law division, because the Avengers have been going on for at least 10 years strong, you can't tell me that there weren't any made up court cases involving property damage, shape-shifting, identity theft by using your powers. It could be like, hey, section 223 of the Superhuman Penal Code says that you are not to divest or take away from, you're not supposed to be doing these things. You know, we signed these Sokovia Accords during Civil War, and we came up with these rules. You violated these rules, and as such, your government owes us restitution for identity theft for $175,000. Bam, sealed, done. Asgardian people come take her away, reprimand her to New Asgard, home confinement. She can't come back to LA for a minimum of what, 3 or 4 years. Like That's their version of probation, because they pretty much live damn near forever. And I just made that up off the top of my head with a Starbucks juice with some Austin ciders in it. Come on, man. It ain't even noon yet.
You just made up that off the top of your head, and I was just thinking, okay, well, that's how you get your either Thor cameo or your King Valkyrie cameo, where they're like, okay, this happened, or where they probably don't even have to interact with Jen, but they send somebody who, you know, handles that, the criminal type shit of the government, of business, and you know, and I've said, like, I haven't read She-Hulk comics until recently. Every time I read a She-Hulk, it was in a Hulk comic that I'm reading or in somebody else's story. But I've seen her in cartoons, and I've read her shit online, just as far as physical medium. But I got this Dan Slott run that you let me get, and I'm suffering through that. But you see, like, I think the show is trying to stand up on the legs of, we have these other people coming in. Like, she even addressed, like, this is not going to be a cameo show where you see, like, these other people, like, every other episode or some shit, which
then she goes on to mention every episode that a person has had a cameo in.
Yeah,
so you realize how ridiculous this is.
Yeah, so that is going to happen. So just lean into it. Again, I guess I'm speaking as somebody who read the shit, but I'm pretty sure most normies ain't fucking read no She-Hulk shit. So it's like they wouldn't mind the cameos and the other shit coming in. That's the type of stuff that you have to deal with. Marvel, Disney's Marvel, since you decided to create this ever-expanding fucking universe. So yeah, you can have one of them, going back to, you can have Thor or Valkyrie, King Valkyrie, whatever the fuck she was, and they in there. And then you could set up for the whole girl power scene that I'm reading in this fucking Red Hulk comic, where they talking about the Thunderbolts coming. Well, Ross is a cool character that could come in the hypothetical ideal MCU. Well, show these connections, and then of the girl powers, and then we can get that scene in the movie where they beating up his ass. That's all I got for that.
Nah, it again, we're making all this stuff up off the top of our heads. It's just that the writing on top of being inconsistent doesn't make much sense. You know, if you are the Sorcerer Supreme, why do you need a fight to prove yourself? And why would you choose an opponent that's technically your friend that you know you can beat? It's a weak display of power. Like, hey, no, I'm Wong, Sorcerer Supreme. My predecessor's gone right now. Ancient One ain't here no more. I'm that guy. End of story. No need to have our version of the Wakandan Kumite. I ain't got to bring you in a fight club where everything's gonna be televised. Yeah, I'm not gonna fight my friend to prove myself. Like, this is not. You're not Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's not 1993. This is not Bloodsport. We know about the Kumite, and it ain't funny. Like, you're actually making a mockery of it.
Yeah, his ass need to be meditating somewhere. Like, he don't know actual. Like, he got a LinkedIn profile, but he don't know our world shit, or you know what I'm saying, the
Right.
rhetoric, or you know what I'm saying, jargon
Zero
of fucking.
awareness.
He knows nothing, but you sorcerer supreme. His ass to be in the fucking book every time we see him, or keeping some type of magical order, some law and order. But he just is, I don't know, dumb thirst trap taking like that was something
Big
else we
dummy.
talked about. Yeah, big dummy. But if now I would say, okay, why aren't the women? Why is Jen not connected to more characters or people that could have gotten in touch with Wong or knew some type of way to get in touch with a sorcerer?
Yes.
So now if you want to say, well, they wanted to do it on their own without the help of men, okay, I feel it's still weird that you're going the social media route, but instead of being direct because there's a mission at hand, some serious stakes within a comedy, uh, why is there a thirst trap? Why do you have to deceive him? Why do you have to make him feel like he's coming there on false pretension? I think
Pretenses. You got it
I
right. False
fucking
pretense.
blanked. I fucking
Nah,
blanked.
false pretense.
But why you got him coming there under that shit? I'm high, all right? So why you got him coming there under that shit as opposed to being direct and saying, hey, we got some shit going on. You know what I'm saying? We need your help. We need this. Hey, you did this to my client. This is serious. What's going on? So that's weird. The whole handling of women. But once you write them like that, it kind of just, I don't feel like you're doing this on purpose. I think it's this another display of incompetence from the writers.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. It's just that, I understand, like what you're saying. If you want to be like, well, hey, we need to show that this is how a woman would do it, because if women are communal and know about the culture, be like, yo, how'd you know thirst trap was gonna work? Like, are you serious? Like, he's on Instagram. He's got like 100 million followers right now. He loves big books and he cannot lie. It's in his profile.
Yeah.
Like, if you have these, he's like Beetlejuice for books. He puts these books up. He'll draw a circle, hop in DMs like that. Come on, Jen. Like, you got to be about this. Why I've been telling you, you need to put your face out there so you can get in touch with them. Like, no one goes through the traditional channels of Shield anymore, especially after what they did during Civil War. So you got to be on you got to be on social media, and they got to know who you are. That makes even more sense than just, I put up a thirst trap. On what? You telling me like Wong is on Tinder? How does this work? You know what I'm saying? Is he like, does his bio say, Sorcerer Supreme with the ding-a-ling in his bio to get you to swipe right? I don't know how it's supposed to work. How does you explain to me he has a profile on what?
Social Supreme.
Right. He's Social Supreme. See? That's what I mean. Like, he's like, I have an app. Like, what's the app? Social Supreme? Like, come on, guys. Like, it would be like, hey, Jen, you need to catch up because we've had 10 years to play around with the social ramifications of the Avengers. And here's a fun one. Like this, that's kind of funny. Like that would actually work because I know that NBC tried to make a show. It went barely a season, but it was about an insurance company that had policies for superheroes, and every day was damage control because they were always wrecking shit in the city. And it was all the stuff that they had to go around to actually get these policies working out. It was actually a pretty good concept, just fell through because they were made of superheroes. But it's like, if you did the social aspect of it, it actually would be fun and entertaining and would give you the comedy you need that's built around the drama that has to push the show forward. And that's where I have a problem.
I was just thinking of what if you had like some shape-shifting character and you see some flash to like a TV or something, and it's like some what's that, Chris Hansen's To Catch a Predator?
Exactly.
Exactly. But then they show up as the little kid, but then they be like, Zoom, so you came here to
that would be so, and you could actually have him morph into Chris Hansen. That would be hilarious. Like, those are your comedic moments that can be comedic on their own because you wouldn't have to be involved in the joke, and it wouldn't have you trying to be funny. You're like, no, it's actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like, I dig that. You're like, he turned like, oh, you really thought you were here to meet an elf goddess?
Yeah.
And look, is that what you said?
And then he said, and then he got the record of the transcript. Yeah, he got that, but then he got the recording, the sound recording. And then he was like, Do you recall this conversation? And then he changes his voice as the little kid. Oh my goodness.
Oh
my goodness. Oh shit. All right, bro. Oh my goodness.
It's a tangent on itself, but again, that's what's actually funny. It's not trying to be funny.
Yeah.
It's just no, that's funny. I could see that you have a lot to work with. You got this huge budget to do all this stuff. You don't need to bring in these extra characters,
right?
At all. You could have kept it street level with the cameos
and made it so much fucking like obscure ass shit. Like, if you remember in the trailer, I think they was in like a what's that, an AA meeting or something, but it was like people with powers, and one of them was a fucking cow. So I was actually thinking when they announced Megan Thee Stallion, I was like, oh shit. I don't know. Like,
you thought she was gonna be a horse?
I thought she was gonna be something like that. I don't know. Because I remember that cow dude, he coming back. But that's what I thought of. But nah, man, they just used her for Megan Thee Stallion. But we was talking about just the funny shit. Yeah, bro, that shit could have been funny. Do you mind if I address the chat real quick? Just go
right ahead. We having a ball with this, and go ahead.
Okay,
man.
All right, C4. So you said they should have let the RRR director do the last Airbender. I feel you. Once you're looking at like the title shit, and then you see the elements coming through, and that one scene with the infiltration, and the fire stick and the water system sprinkler thing, fountain thing. I feel you. I think he could do something with that, but again, is the best person for the job. How much is he gonna figure out this Avatar world to do that right? But I definitely see that being something beautiful.
It'll work.
Is it just me, or does AJ look like a little like LeJean Witherspoon? I don't know who that is. Is that John Witherspoon's child or something? Son?
I'm looking that up now. LeJean. That's a singer, and hold on, it's looking kind of similar, sir.
Shit, you want me to look it up? You can share the shit if you want.
I'm trying to figure. Is that from Seven Dust? No, it's not from Seven Dust.
Go on, let him check my ass real quick.
I'm trying to figure out. I mean, yes and no. Like maybe. Oh shit, dude from Seven Dust. Yo, I love Seven Dust. I forgot that's his name. Oh, yo, I love, bro. Seven Dust goes hard. I got introduced to them when they did Enemy. Like that was a great song. Yeah, lead singer from Seven Dust. Look that up.
I look nothing like this guy.
And that's what I'm saying. Like if you get a little bit older and you still got the lines in your face, it's trending to that. But yeah, like I totally get down with Dust.
What is Seven Dust? That's
Seven Dust is like a black, like it's kind of like metal a little bit, but like he can actually sing and vocalize and harmonize. I don't know if you know if Daughtry is dude from American Idol who kind of sings like alt rock too. I guess it's alt rock, but I mean, dude can harmonize. Like, it's not just screaming and shouting. I mean, it's a little bit of it, but he can actually harmonize with the two. Like I've never seen anyone kind of do that acoustic, and just shit went hard. I like their music, man.
All right, I'm not gonna perceive that as a check, Dempsey, but I'm watching your ass. Dude, he didn't look bad. He looked like I was about to say he looked like a rugged man, but at the same time, he looked like he was some Prince shit. And you talking about he vocalizing?
I think he's almost 50, bro. He's pretty old.
Okay.
Man.
Okay.
If you've seen him like years ago, is a little bit up there. He's pretty old now. That's why.
All right, Nazimer. How you pronounce that? That sound right? Nazimer. My guy. LOL. What up, bro? Glad you up in here. Abhishek Mundal. Please check out Brahmastra pre-release promo and live. RRR's director is distributing it in whole India, and Disney doing it in USA and Canada. Please check out Brahmastra.
Okay.
Pre-release promo. All right. Take a picture of that.
Yep, please do, sir. Remind me after this because I'm gonna check that out.
Is that one of the moves that the Phoenix just told us to check out? Or told me to check out?
Pops, so it might be. because I think it's the same director, and he does pretty good work. I mean, just seeing Triple R.
All right, bro, Graham. That's what we was talking about with the She-Hulk. It is not about the character; it is about the consistency of writing. Right. So that act would have been, and to go back to that, I'm glad you. I think if you when Megan Thee Stallion says that line where she's like, "Ooh, you way funner than my other lawyer," or something, she could have had that. Like they could have had that in that scene where she was in that in her office, and then they could have been like, "Yes, girl, yes, whatever." I don't know, high five, whatever girls do to
The
celebrate.
clap with with that,
And then
and then like
and then after, and then in that after credit scene, no. So then she says, "Hey, you want to go to the club tonight or dance?" I think you said this earlier, but if she would have like invited her to like some star event, you know what I'm saying? Or that club that Jen always finds herself at, you know, if that happens, vice versa, then it would have made sense. And, you know, insert some joke here if the women could do that. And then the after credit scene, you see them at the club and they twerking, they dancing, they having fun.
We'd have been all right with that.
Perfectly fine. But also, again, with the whole catcalling thing, and now you can do this. It's like, hold on, that's not consistent like character right there.
Right.
Yeah. If Megan Thee Stallion can objectify that ass and you can objectify that ass your damn self, then I should be able to objectify your ass. As well as you got Captain America's fucking butt on your phone. I should be able to on Twitter say, I want the Tatiana Maslany twerking video. I want it.
Exactly.
There was something popping in that loose ass pantsuit, and I want to know who that was and what they really look like with some form fitting clothing.
Exactly. We want to see what she was working with. That's all. That's
surprised they didn't play WAP, bro. She-Hulk with Megan Thee Stallion on some WAP. I would have been all for it. But again, who is this audience? Who is
they couldn't get Cardi. They couldn't get Cardi. That's why.
Man, I don't want Cardi. I don't want none of them hoes. I want straight nerd.
Can you
twerking.
imagine
how
the episode would have been?
I need sexy Miss Marvel. Not little kid Miss Marvel, not fake Brie Larson Captain Marvel. I need sexy Miss Marvel with the red sash twerking. Who else out there? I need Rogue twerking. She can't touch nobody else. She better have them gloves on. The only thing she touching is her kneecaps. In the air. Storm, she too dignified. She don't need to be twerking.
That's true. Scarlet Witch, we don't trust that. Scarlet Witch, we don't trust.
She might go wild and be like, "Ooh, me and Vincent used to do this," and then she started distorting everybody reality around her. Oh shit!
Oh man, I will give you. What was her name? Not Jean Grey, but the one that Scott actually wound up dating afterwards. What is her name? Frost? Emma Frost. There we go, Emma Frost, because she's in the background.
Oh, this one, Emma Frost. Oh yeah, on here. Yeah. It looks so goofy in live action with big CGI woman in a pantsuit twerking. Bro, and I'm talking about the pantsuit was so fucking loose. It was moving more than the butt was. And I was just like, this is so disappointing, bro.
Shake your inseam. Shake your inseam.
Bro, this is terrible, man. My favorite clip someone posted was a clip of She-Hulk walking into an office, and as she gets closer, her body gets bigger to show in depth, but they kind of leave her head too small. Yeah, I saw them talking about that.
It's weird.
Pandering to a demographic as opposed to set up, payoff for a character or an arc. Yes. Exactly. Show me that she's a competent, sexy, fucking confident woman lawyer. Show her set up a competent case where she's like, maybe she actually, she knows what she's doing. She actually defends the dude in this case because she like, nah, that's some whack shit. You don't need to be doing that, man or woman. And then Megan Thee Stallion's like, "Oh, girl, I like you again." And then bam, set us up for the sexiness. So they twerking in the end credit scene, and that's gonna be the most watched end credit scene of all whatever's. I guess I don't know. They're gonna throw that tagline
because I don't want to see if we're gonna see Megan Thee Stallion twerk. Like, hey, you don't even twerk like that in your own videos, and you wear less than that. So why don't we show you in your natural habitat with She-Hulk there? We're gonna go ahead.
Which they didn't, but how they toned down Megan Thee Stallion, that was supposed to be this Jen, period. Probably not twerking the butt, but she'll show some leg. You know what I'm saying? She flirtatious. She'll be talking to him. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of the approach that I think she should have had with Abomination. I didn't speak on that, but you talked about that a little bit, like to show that she was a competent, confident, again,
Yeah.
lawyer slash superhero instead of running from the superhero-ness all this time. If she would have just embraced it when he did that shit, when he turned, then she should have been like slowly turning up with her finger pointing at him like, email Blonsky. I take that back. Now we calm at first to be like, okay, everybody, you see he's doing this, you know what I'm saying? He's in control of himself. He's not a threat, yada, yada, yada. More reason for her to take the case. We in there. We good. He's remodeled
I
city.
was gonna say, now that you're thinking about it, it should have been her idea. Like, ML Blonsky, change right now. It's like, what do you mean? Do it. Like, what are you talking about? I need you to change an abomination right now. If you control it, do it. It should have been her idea to actually go at it like that. If anything, the actual I guess the apprehension of Jen being herself is the fact that, well, damn, I'm actually really good at what I do, but all you want is She-Hulk. But she would have had to qualify how good she is. And then that would have been the actual struggle. It's like, well, why did you want me before when I was actually I'm really talented at this, but I Hulk out one moment to save people, and now you only want me for the She-Hulk, but I'm actually really good at my job. So is it the public persona of She-Hulk, or is Jen Walters, the attorney, the one that's running the show? And like, that's the struggle that you could have seen. Like, you could have flashed back to her not passing the bar or studying for LSATs, saying like, I need to do this. Like, I really want to do this, but I'm having a hard time, whatever. Show the struggle she actually has instead of telling us her struggle is, I just want to be a normal, anonymous attorney. Yeah. In LA, are you serious? Like, she's in LA 4. In LA? Like, that's what I'm saying. We said it was in New York. I think it's in LA because that's where all the news gets reported. She's in LA 4.
You are right.
She's in LA 4. So now I'm just like, well, wait, if she's in LA 4, you're going to really need to be She-Hulk to be in LA 8, 9. So you that would be another reason for her to want to be She-Hulk. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tried being this smart and intelligent lawyer. I was really good at my job, but all I did was get me fired the one time I tried to help somebody outside of the courtroom, and now I have to be She-Hulk just to pay the bills. Kind of resent it, but hey, I get looks, and I never got those in LA because LA is a very shallow city to live in. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I got you. That conflict with herself or what she wants to do, like what's the whole, what's too much, when am I becoming fake? I hate to fucking admit this, but my wife had me watching Mean Girls last night.
Bro, my wife had me watching this show called Partner Track. So I mean, the dynamics, I understand, man. You don't want to watch it, but you're like, wow, that's how y'all really be doing each other, though.
Right, but look, shout out to Arkansas, my guy. Go check him out. My man's on Twitch. Yes, I know I just checked him out on Twitch. Arkansas, I think you started. I don't know if he just started or he been doing the YouTube thing for a while, but go check that man out. Cool. I like your takes, Arkansas. I like your conversation. You'll be on the show one day, bro. But I think that conflict with Jen, with her, and I was just thinking, like, in that court scene of, with the Mean Girl shit. Since I brought it up, I gotta defend it. So Lindsay Lohan, her character was like just a regular girl. She was just pretty, but then she's like, I'm hanging with the mean girls, with the popular girls, and I'm trying to make sure I don't become that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to slowly start turning into the thing that I sought to go against. So you can have Jen be like going into the She-Hulk and like trying to make sure that she's not, that what she portrays in the She-Hulk is actually her. You know what I'm saying? It's not just vanity or I'm doing this just because. Like Jen Walters, she felt it improved upon herself, but she wasn't an asshole like in the process, or it didn't change like her heart, if you get what I mean. She was just like, now I can be more confident and accomplish more things. Now I can stand with these heroes. Now I can dominate not only in the legal world, like in my profession, but in this superhero shit as well, in the physical game with the dudes. Right. So that would have been a cool conflict to see, as well as that dynamic in that jail cell when she was talking to Emil Blonsky, like you were saying, if she would have told him to change, I think to see her like say to him, and I'm pointing my finger because I'm Jen right now, but to see her point her finger at him and say, now look, I need you to change when, you know what I'm saying, when I tell you to, we need to sell it.
Yeah.
If we have any chance
Yeah.
of, you know what I'm
They can
saying,
parole.
doing this. And as he does it, she could say something flirty to him, you know, like off the top of my head, now we could do this the easy way or the hard way. Like, not exactly that, make it more closer to Jen, but show like, now look, I can Hulk out too. Or she can like winky wink at him a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Or we can get out of here real nice. She's not promise him anything. She's not saying I'm gonna sleep with you to get you out, but she like, hey my nigga, you know what I'm saying? I can be an ally. You know what I'm saying? Like,
a real ally.
yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like we can be cool with it. You know what I'm saying? You can be another Gamma warrior and you can do good for society. You know what I'm saying? I might throw my cheeks for you a little minute, just dancing. Again, you know, she might can look down and see that Abomination ain't got no dick, so she'll be like, they ain't like we could do much anyway.
It was weird because they showed it, but they didn't really show it. You're like,
right?
It's weird.
So I'm like,
okay.
Again, if she can control that dynamic in that moment and then turn to the people once he does it as they freak out and say, no, calm down. As we see, he's in complete control of himself. And as she's saying that, she starts to slowly Hulk out herself. Again, she wants that control and be like, if Mr. Emil Blonsky decided to do anything, people, I rest assure you that I'm here to, you know what I'm saying, I will protect you, stand against you, or I will make sure he doesn't leave this yellow line around him or some shit. Something like that to show her confidence, as well as her reassuring everybody around her that she got this. Y'all ain't got to fear. You know what I'm saying? Y'all fear ain't got to extend to the rest of the outside world. We good. And then
her competence.
Right. And at the same time, she's proven that us superheroes, period, because you see her not wanting to be the superhero, not being confident. This is her moment where she shines and she shows this speech that she given on behalf of Emil Blonsky to the people. She's actually talking about herself. I don't have to fear this warrior, this gamma creature, this perceived monster, because it can be used for good. I've seen my cousin do it, yada, yada, yada. But no, again, terrible writing. Terrible writing came from that, and awful. Little scary little Jenny. Turn back now. Okay, all right. That's what we saw.
Exactly. And then I know that you, who was it? You had me read these two goofballs. Who are these dudes? I'm trying to find it now. We
ain't got to get into it
all
like
right.
that.
All right. I just know that he had me watch a video with these two guys that were pretty much co-signing it, all the things and pretty much shilling for Marvel on this one. It's like, well, because there's a scene at which
hold on,
she's walking. Go ahead, huh?
Is he? I'm like, did you see something trying to get in or what?
No, I just saw that he was in the chat. They were in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, timestamps on there.
But yeah, this is the worst court show of all time.
Yeah, there you go.
This man sitting out. Get your head in the game, flaccid Phoenix. But no, keep going.
No, I was gonna say that there's a scene at which Jen Walters is leaving the jail, and then they're just having reporters talking about the rumors. They're saying things like, "Oh, is it true that you're one of Emil Blonsky's lovers? Is it true you're carrying the Abomination's baby?" And then someone says, "Is it true that you got your powers from a failed mob hit?" And I damn near lost it because I said, you know what you're doing, and you're saying it doesn't matter because that's actual lore. You could have chosen any random theory that's in the comic books that was actually funny. And you chose the one that has the actual origin to poke fun at, like it's an absolute rumor while she's walking away. On top of the fact that you're saying that she's only famous and everyone knows who she is because she's representing Emil Blonsky. And so the problem I have with that is the fact that you told me that Titania is a social media influencer. So a social media influencer that has a big enough following that you had to report her just going to traffic court, tries to fight a woman. She turns into a Hulk. And at this point, we only thought there was one Hulk, let alone now there are two. She's an attorney and she beat up a social media influencer. Who is Jen Walters? Who is this She-Hulk? That's what should have been episode 2. You shouldn't have shown her meteoric rise to social fame in episode 3 because of who she's representing. The fact that she was, we have a female Hulk and she beat up a social media influencer is story enough. They wouldn't be at the jail. They would be at her house because that's how the real reporters act. That's how TMZ actually acts. And that's why I'm saying it's inconsistent writing. And it only makes you upset because you see that the show actually has potential.
It could have. All of this MCU shit could have had potential. But with this, the marketing. Do you remember the marketing to where they had the Jamila Jamil person as Titania spray painted on the side of the bus?
No, I didn't see that one.
All right, well they had her
on.
doing that to help market the show. So she was like putting pictures of herself on there. Now, Titania being an influencer, again, I didn't really read She-Hulk comics like that until recently. So I don't know. I know Titania was her villain, you know what I'm saying? Her rival, that alter, but I don't think she was a social media influencer. I think she just like envied Jen, like she beloved her so much that it was like envy, like I want you type shit.
Okay.
To have her, I think we should see more involvement from her, and to have her being an influencer, I'm kind of fine with. I think that'll be cool. It's modern, you know what I'm saying, but it's not so off, I guess, from what they're doing or what they're trying to do. And if she had, like, I was with that bus in particular where she spray painted. Now that could just be like real world marketing, but if they use that in the actual show, as in, okay, let's see her strength. If that bus was actually moving and she like put her hands on the door type shit, and then
kept it moving,
right, and then you see her just rip all that shit away and then grab somebody out of it and like holding them up, and then you see She-Hulk like looking, and then she like, yeah, what you gonna do about it? And then she got her little social media influencer like MODOK or some shit floating around on his little on his chair filming this shit. And then we see that fight, bro. That could have been cool. I would have been down for this, something like that, bro. But yes, to see with the little flying martial arts kick, and she get punched one time. That's garbage. And I saw a video of her saying that in that scene she had pitched if She-Hulk punched her in the vagina, what it would look like, because you don't see girls get punched in that. Bro, I wouldn't have been mad at it because they acted it out, and she was like, oh, and so she's real comedic. Like, these women have talent.
Oh, she's pretty funny, yeah.
I hate to see it being used for this and
wasted.
Yeah, and yeah, it does such a disservice to the actual character, to the comic before. But Cannoli Sasquatch, up and coming YouTuber. I think he's new to YouTubing as well, but he's been consistent. He's been doing his thing. Go check him out. Go check his channel out, folks. Yeah, that was some weird character moment. Someone with a Hulk power that's supposed to be a professional lawyer becomes overwhelmed with celebrity and fame. Not a good look. Not a good look at all. Jen would have been soaking that shit up, taking them pictures, not being overwhelmed, but because that's what she's on. So like that what I was just talking about with the Titania thing. If Titania come out with a fucking camera, Jen gonna be like, oh, okay, this is what y'all want to see right here.
Yeah, they be cheering her, and she be like live, like, yo, did you see your Insta? It blew up. Like, wait, I have 500,000 followers. How that happens? Like, yo, you beat up a social media influencer. People love that stuff.
And she can put down men in the process. Like, if there's a bunch of dudes coming after her, she could be like, no, not you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, disrespect them. But Jen is gonna find that one dude, and I ain't talking about carrying them like a baby. She gonna be like, hey, bro, come, let's go home. Let's do this. So it's like you can have that in there, but make it her character. And then if this is such a limited series, and this is what, episode 3 or something, you can't just jumpstart that shit and make it happen. And that was the perk of Jen's. That was her from the beginning. You get to see it. But yeah, bro. All right, people. I done the introduction already for the Phoenixes. They some wild boys. Go subscribe to their channel. It looks like Don is coming through. But that's all you getting, bro. Get your ass in here and get on the conversation.
Dude, where's the Mark Ruffalo talk? I was promised a Mark Ruffalo stream, and I haven't heard enough about him.
Bro, I don't know who promised you
waiting
that.
for you on that one.
Fuck him. Fuck
AJ,
that.
every time he's on our stream, he always just bring it back to Mark Ruffalo, and it's like he's getting a bad rap, guys. Come on, his body shape is perfect for the role. No, it's just simping for it is ridiculous.
The Phoenixes love Shang-Chi.
That's true.
That's y'all's favorite movie. He's flaccid right along with y'all. The whole bird, your mythology and whatnot. So that's your boy. So if you give me cuck ass Mark Ruffalo, then you get him.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all.
You don't mind it. All right, the martial arts and the muscles make up for it.
Oh, dude! Actually, the first act, maybe part of the second, but mostly the first act of Shang-Chi reminded me of like an old Jackie Chan movie, kind of like his martial arts and like this in the city, and I was like, oh, this is kind of okay. And then it went right into the mythical shit, and I was like, okay, this is not working. Whatever tone they had was awful from there on out. But dude, I miss old Jackie Chan movies back in the day. I mean, I know I can't relate to him because he's from China, and I'm just this morbidly obese white man in America. So,
oh, bro, I can relate to him because I'm a badass. I might don't work out like him. I don't do no martial arts consistently, but I'm still identifying as a badass. So yeah, but back then with the Jackie Chan, the Jet Li, what's the Donnie Yen, bro, some Tony Jaa with the Ong Bak.
Ooh, with the elbows.
Yeah, bro.
AJ, you're a huge animation fan. What's your thoughts on Jackie Chan Adventures?
Oh, I love that shit. Hey, yeah. My boy White Biden
Jackie. Oh, dude. Definitely would smash what's his name? Toru, yes. Oh, damn. Definitely.
All of that. All the flab. Oh yeah, then he becomes a good guy later on. So
yeah, becomes Uncle's little like bitch later on.
Fair. No, I like it. I feel you. He's like, smash and pass anybody trying to give up them talismans. I would become the ultimate She-Hulk, just fucking for power.
Dude, yeah. Those talismans. Right. I see some on Etsy and I was like, oh dude, maybe if I had the money I would get some.
Bro, if I had the money, I would have those Dragon Balls. I got to get some Digivices.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I can't afford all the cool shit. What's up, bro? What's up with you, though? Talk to us, Don from the Phoenix. Is Gator coming through?
Yeah, well, he's supposed to be coming through. He hasn't messaged me back because I messaged him like, hey, jump on whenever. Okay. And but dude, yeah, right now. Dude, I'm like our YouTube channel, as much as it's has had success, has gone like through a big like lull period. So I don't know what's going on. I think that's because I'm complete trash. But dude, yeah, I'm just trying to think about new ways to like make content because I know you love our Smash or Pass videos. But dude, yeah, I want to work some stuff behind the scenes about potentially doing some other stuff, and I know you guys are pretty on point with your takes, but. Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm right now, I'm going to school, so like our streaming schedule is like all over the place. But yeah, I'm glad you guys eventually watched RRR, dude. That movie is so good. Mm-hmm. It's good, and then amazing. You should watch Bahubali if you have the chance to watch it. It's the same director, it's like the same tone, but it's way more of like a fantasy setting. So
okay, cool.
With that,
I was telling you that was one of the elements I loved about RRR is how they blended that in there. And it wasn't so much on the nose, but I like when, like me and Ego was talking about with Northman, I like when they the characters actually take into account like their religion, and it shows some type of influence, whether it's not it don't have to be like actual hand from God coming out wiping out a bunch of enemies, but just showing that character is thinking about that God or whatever that belief is, and it's spurring some type of action from them. So this movie gives you that, but in a more tangible setting, like when Beam was in the shackles and he was singing, then the wind, like the leaf touched him. And then so just shit like that. I love it, bro. I hate to see. I'm not gonna say I hate to see, but when humans are just the focus and it's just humans, it just feel like some type of hubrisness to me. And that's why I don't fuck with people a whole lot. But
well,
like, yeah, bro, I like
timestamp that whenever there's some video of you coming out.
Nobody can call me an istophobe because I hate all of you the same. So
you heard it here, guys. AJ is a Felix man.
Deflect all criticism.
When are we? How many super chats do we need to be sent in for you to get into a furry costume when you do your streams as your full werewolf form?
Are you saying when it's monetized? Because it's not monetized now.
We'll find a way. We'll find a way to get the money to you. Don't worry.
Yeah. It's other ways. If y'all, that's what y'all interested in. To get me in a furry costume.
Oh my
Canadian
god,
bear type shit, or you want me to go all out?
you pick your poison. You're getting in the costume.
So I'm getting in the costume. I'm not transforming like actual physical werewolf self. Okay.
Yeah, it's like chibi and really cringe. Yeah.
Okay. Bro, we'll talk about it. We'll see how much the money coming. It's got to be relative. Right now, I'll say a number, but then let's say I get like $20 super chats, and I'll be like, "Nah, fuck it." I probably would have said 20 at first, but now it's 50.
It's 50. He would get a 50 dirham, just be up in there like this.
yeah, dude. Be careful with the amount of money because no joke, we were hanging out. Me and Gator were hanging out with one of our friends, and he was desperate for cash, and we're like, "Dude, how much to shave your eyebrows?" Yeah. He said, "I don't know, about $100." And then quickly, everyone just threw money down and grabbed the razor, like, "Shave him now!" And he shaved him that night in front of everybody for $100.
Damn, could I have gone higher?
Yeah, I know he probably could have.
He probably could have. Look at everybody was like, "Hey, if he would have asked for less, or more, I would have made it happen."
Yeah, it's great.
All right, so I'm addressing the chat. What are we talking about? Bro, Graham, as soon as I heard my writers could not write core scenes, I would have fired them and hired the Netflix DD writers.
Daredevil.
Oh, yeah. Daredevil.
Yeah,
Daredevil was the best show, which I hated all those fucking shows, but Daredevil, because it was so grounded in that martial arts, so you just see him kicking ass all blindfolded and shit.
When he went through that corridor, just throwing hands like that, oh my god.
I'm like, I'm with it. He has a Prawn Hub account. Who got the Prawn Hub account? What the fuck
Wong. About? That's how he found the thirst trap.
Bro, just think, Phoenix, he using that little portal. He putting his dick in over here somewhere, but then he's going in the vagina.
A glory portal hole?
Yes, I was about to say. The Mystic Glory Hole. I want it right now.
Mystic Glory Hole. Oh, shit. He got a little portal right here, and he's just putting his tongue through it.
Oh, dude, yeah. A Mystic Chat Roulette where you just, like, open it up and see who's on the other side.
And just on some weird shit, like y'all got to make physical contact. You can't just swipe. It's like whatever pops up, you have to touch them in some type of way.
On our channel too, we talk about whenever we're smashing past and things because generally our mind just go there. We talk about like the Jawas, right, in Star Wars, and they just have a hood and there's just darkness, and you see these two eyes. It's like, dude, you got to put your dick in it, right? You got to put it in. It's like a mystery box. Okay. It could be total pleasure or like incredible pain, but you don't know, so you got to do it.
What would you like go for the usual because they got the two eyes? Would you immediately put your dick in like this space, or would you like get creative and just try around, feel around a little bit?
I feel like I would just go normal, and then because I'm probably doing this with like the boys around, right? My boys would probably be like, "Get in there," and then I just jam it in, and then just be on the edge of my seat to see what's happening next.
You just only hope for the best.
Yeah. Or I don't know, maybe incredible pain. I might need that in my life right now.
No.
I don't
rip your dick all off.
Oh, dude.
No.
Whenever you say
rip, story to tell after that, though.
Yeah, true. It's all about the story. When you said rip your dick off, reminds me of that Dave Chappelle bit where he trains the monkey to have sex with. He's talking about how AIDS came about. He's like, do you know how long it took me to teach this monkey how to suck my dick without peeling like a banana?
There we go.
Dude, one of the best bits. Dave Chappelle.
Throwing the black references out there. Yes, sir. I was just watching Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle's black? Oh, never mind. Never
mind. No, it's on Netflix, but I bought it on Google Play. But get your physical media, people, because they can snatch this shit off at any time. But phenomenal fucking comedian right there.
Yeah,
and he's dealing with whatever consequences come his way with his freedom of speech, and I love it. But yeah, there you go.
Oh my god.
What up?
You gotta take a breather there.
Shiro. Oh damn, bro! I had no idea it was gonna be this funny today, man. I'm loving this.
Oh, dude, there's only half of us now. We're at half speed right now.
Yeah,
AJ knows.
When they bounce off of each other, bro, it's you gotta get in there. It's like fucking double dutch and shit. You trying to like, damn, when do I get in? When do I jump?
Yeah, put your mouth guard on. Put your mouth guard on. Put your helmet on. Jump right in, baby.
Get ready to wipe something off. Yes,
Keep it
Dempsey.
on.
Megan the Centaur would have been perfect. I was talking about how when they announced Megan the Stallion, I don't know if you heard Don, and if you remember from the trailer for She-Hulk, they got this like cow-looking dude, like a minotaur or some shit.
Yeah.
So when they announced Megan the Stallion, I figured, hey, it's not off the table that they're going to make like some animal power of her and she's going to be involved. But no, she's just Megan the Stallion. But yes, Dempsey, if they would have made Megan the Centaur, you know what I'm saying? Because like Ego pointed out earlier, do they know what a fucking stallion is? It's a male horse. If they would have actually put her thick ass on top of a male horse,
we'd have had a new fetish. No, look, remember Hercules?
I mean,
Did you ever Kevin Sorbo? No, look. Kevin Sorbo's Hercules. He fell in love with a centaur. She was fine. Now she got hit with an arrow and she died. However, she was fine. They would have invented a new,
The male dick though.
Nah, female centaur, bro.
Okay,
Megan the female centaur. You know, it'd have been a whole like, damn, Megan's kind of thick. Like I never thought of a centaur like that. Bro, you talk about furry being a thing, you'd be like, God damm. You'd be looking up centaur porn like in another minute.
Oh God. I want to see a centaur with a dump truck so badly right now.
See?
What is a centaur dump truck? Like, is it thicker than the average horse?
Oh,
Horse is pretty thick.
Yeah. It's all muscle back there. It's like one of those CrossFit girls, you know? It's definitely got some shape to it, but it's all muscle, you know? It's not jiggling. So that's what I want to see, some thick horse.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like you said, it'll be all muscle. Like, it'll be cool as a species, but I wouldn't be enticed by it.
Oh,
I'm not trying to go slap them hard cheeks.
I don't know, man. You just was gonna put your dick in like a Jawa though. So I mean, what's a centaur to that?
No, that's Don doing that. I'm not doing that.
You thought about it.
AJ gave me the idea.
You thought about it. You were thinking about it.
If Megan the Centaur, if she like initiated it, I'd be like, fuck it. But would I put myself out there to just try to hit on this centaur? No, I wouldn't do it. But if he was like, you know what, you little man are enough for me, I'll be like, okay, all right, as long as you know. But yeah, he said, okay, so that's he is.
Yeah,
I'm not that guy. All right, I'm going through the chat. Thoughts on fitness? Right, what up, bro? Good afternoon, chat. This afternoon.
He spelled thoughts wrong.
Okay.
It's THOT.
I don't know what his sex life looking like, man.
Yeah.
All right. Like Chris Gore's take on it. Have you ever met a woman? They change their minds and complain all the time. Her superpower is complaining. Exactly. I said in my video, bro, I said, we're going to watch complaining bitch. Just go into strong complaining bitch. And that is what we get. Flaccid. We in the past right now. He said this a long time ago. This is the worst court show of all time.
It is, dude. I love, me and Gator both love court shows. Just like, you're on objection. Just like over the top. Like, they're not even doing that. Like, having fun with it. Like, I feel like Harvey Birdman is a better lawyer show than this.
Yeah.
That's a good reference.
Like you said, Harvey Birdman, it made me think of Space Ghost. Like Space Ghost Coast to Coast. You could have had a fucking show where some power dude is there just talking to regular ass people. Then it would make sense like Megan Thee Stallion is there. She's on the fucking talk show that we just saw, like in the background or some shit.
Yeah.
C4C, people made the point that if it took a few drops of Bruce's blood to create She-Hulk, they could have been making a whole army of Hulks. Agreed. Now the shields for this shit will tell you that, well, they said it's some special about their blood. And I'd be like, maybe, sure. But that shit's not so special that where Emil Blonsky didn't fucking get changed into the Abomination, as well as the fucking leader being changed, because he's been working with blood all this fucking time. But as soon as he hit his head and the shit get in there, he just lumps up. So me and so many others would have been following the fucking Hulk on the battlefield, just lapping that shit up with hope of something would happen. I would keep trying.
Listen, I don't want any more shame on this stream. I'm not behind Hulk lapping out anything. So,
what do you mean? I would be exactly what She-Hulk is. I feel you, but you can change that flaccid. You know what I'm saying? You can get up there. It's a beautiful life, bro.
Yeah, maybe I'm looking at the wrong angle. So, yeah.
There you go. You're looking down, bro. Start looking up.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Arkansas, I appreciate it. Would love to be on someday, bro. We just trying to have a good time. I never thought that the Phoenixes would ask me to be on their show. I never thought that the Phoenixes would actually want to be on this show. So in Arkansas, you already doing your shit. You know, I'm not telling you anything, but anybody listening, bro, just make it happen. You never know where you end up.
Yeah, just put the ask out there. You'd be surprised.
And send a feet pic too. That's what AJ did. So,
but see, the thing about my feed is I get to send human form and werewolf form, so I'm like taking advantage of two different audiences.
Multiple streams of income. I like it.
Everybody ain't me.
Yeah, that's true.
She-Hulk also had to confront how it feels to be hired for immutable characteristics, the soft bigotry of low expectations, because she only got hired for being a meta or super or whatever. Yeah, she did, and you just got to say, fuck it. Well, I'm in here. I'm going to be the coldest person in here at my job. But yeah, she was just all whining about it and shit. And the friend, which I felt took the better approach, was like, girl, fuck that shit. We got a whole office. Exactly. We got a refrigerator with stuff in it. Yeah.
I don't think they played the angle up enough in She-Hulk where she was, or that she realized in episode 2, I think that Blonsky was injected with some experimental military chemical. And it was kind of like, oh, this is an angle. And she never played up the angle in the next episode being like, hey, he's wrongfully, he's been injected with something that makes him go insane. Yeah, maybe he's not a good person, but like the man is unstable based off this medication that was given to him by the government. So I felt like that would have been a good angle. Episode 2, I was kind of like, oh, here's a good angle we're going to see maybe. Nope, they immediately drop it and they just bring in Megan the Stallion.
Yeah, there's no problem like referencing real world shit that's going on or having like these pop culture like icons in there, especially with Jen being aware of the real world. It's just like make it make sense. Like me and Ego was talking about with the if you're I think you heard the Chris Hansen shit we was talking about whatever. But if you had like a what was I saying, like with the Blonsky thing, if there's because he's an actual like he was sent out, you know what I'm saying? The whole angle they pulled in the beginning where he was saying like, okay, well, your government told me to do this.
He was on loan
for
the government. Yeah.
So it's like now you're just saying, okay, now you're basically a fucking slave to the government because of this amount of damage, or you know what I'm saying? You owe us this amount of years or this amount of service, or to be a free citizen, you got to be under our, you know what I'm saying? Basically like under our control. Do what we got to do. We send you out. And there you go. Like you're working them into society. You got your safeguards there. She-Hulk and whoever else want to be around him. And it works instead of a bullshit trial that we about to get.
I think some normies or people like us that know a little bit about the comics were hoping that they're going to tie in Abomination with the Thunderbolts. They're setting them up with, with U.S. Agent, who's her name's Black Widow's sister. Yeah. Just a few of these other people where you're like, oh, dude, you could really set up the Thunderbolts here. But I bet it's just going to be played off as a joke the whole time. He's like, yeah, I have a bunch of sister wives. So
yeah, that's what he's going to be.
They're going to be like, those are his Thunderbolts.
Yeah, in some retreat somewhere. Retreat, they're gonna be out there chilling, and it's gonna be garbage. But something else criminal, we're not going to get Hulk versus Abomination. We're not going to get that rivalry.
No,
everyone's friends now.
They might pull it out their ass, and you know what I'm saying, try to do it, but it's not going to be real raw ass. RRR, this man versus that man type energy. It's going to be these two soft ass dudes. I see them slapping, honestly. Like I gave them credit. It was like, it could have been a fight, but they just going to slap. And that's what's going to be going on. So we're not going to get that. We're not going to get 2008 Hulk round 2.
No. Well, look what they did to the Wrecking Crew. It was like a beta-ass Wrecking Crew, too.
Oh, yeah.
Just these, like, men that just kind of fell into these objects. And they had, like, there's, like, regular people that have... it is Asgardian stuff now. Why they could have done, like, any other kind of tech. It doesn't make sense to have Wrecking Crew equipment that are Asgardian.
I question. Wasn't New Asgard supposed to be in Oklahoma? Like, are they saying New Asgard's in LA now, or where?
New Asgard's in, like, Iceland now in MCU.
I don't know.
How the hell did they get to LA with this equipment then from construction workers? That's why I'm confused. Like if you're telling me they stole construction equipment and they're the Wrecking Crew, how the hell did they get these things? Hey.
Well, somebody could have teleported them there. They said they got some big bad boss friend. But I would think if I think they said in the show, she was like, "What did you steal this from some Asgardian like working crew?" And I was like, "Yup."
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so if these are regular Asgardians, they're still like stronger than us. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, or are they? I don't know. Are regular Asgardians the same as like regular humans? It's just like the gods and Valkyries that are stronger. Even then, I would think a fucking crew of workers would beat their ass with the fucking weapons that they just stole.
Right.
So I don't
Yeah.
see how these human characters got away if that's the route that they're going. As well as, yes, these being some soft ass versions of the Wrecking Crew, as well as the race swapped Thunderball character. There was a group of white guys. One of them dudes was black, the dude with the ball and the chain. But now that we talking about that, they pulling some Asgardian shit because you have the Asgardian elf, and now you got these dudes. So I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but it's happening. I'm just seeing something happen. Well, maybe because Valkyrie was in I don't know, bro. Because now they're trying to make Sakaar. So is Sakaar still a separate planet? Because Valkyrie was on Sakaar when they found her. I don't know. Is that an angle or a connection they're trying to make?
Yeah, no,
it might be.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Hulk's going around in his ship, which I don't know what message he got from that ship or what's the whole thing that's going to go on there, but they need a lot to happen for me to get back on board for Hulk going to Planet Hulk again, and then also doing World War Hulk potentially.
Well, so I did a video on it last week. One of my buddies watches all the Marvel stuff religiously, and it gets some of the news. But he was saying that he thinks the message is that he has a son on Sakaar, and that's why he's leaving. And they're saying that they're trying to set it up so that when they do the Secret Wars, they might introduce like World War Hulk. If that's going to be actual Bruce, or if that's going to be the version that we see of Smart Hulk, or if it's going to be a different multiverse version of him, but we're going to get World War Hulk once we get to Secret Wars. And he said that maybe by 2024 or 2025, that's where they're going to get, because it kind of ties in with them trying to bring back Chris Evans to play Captain America, because they want to do some stuff with that. But yeah, that's what he said the thinking was, is that's why he's going to Sakaar.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Bullshit, because Thor Ragnarok was supposed to be Planet Hulk, was supposed to be the storyline that they're going to. Now they're saying World War Hulk.
Hey, my bad, get the dogs. Go ahead, keep going.
I'm mute your ass, but they saying that this supposed to be like setting up for World War Hulk. But World War Hulk only happened after Planet Hulk. And Mark Ruffalo's fucking Hulk is not. That was already that tantrum Hulk in Thor Ragnarok. That's what he was supposed to be in, this badass warrior king dude fighting his way up like what was that story? Gladiator? That was basically the Hulk story on Planet Hulk. So, it can't work, as well as he's a garbage ass father because of how nonchalantly he's just like, yeah, I gotta go. Yeah, they want to talk to me about something. But that's also the driving force behind Scar, his son, is he thought that his dad left him there on that war-torn world. So he hated him for that. So it's like now you don't have that emotional relationship conflict going on. He's going to be fucking Korg 2.0. That's what they're going to do to Scar. He going to be like, I got a sword. He going to be dumber.
Korg, do this.
You said they showed that picture. I think that was a picture that Sheep City and Head did. And yeah, bro, I know what you're talking about. I'm glad he put me on the fucking picture. He made me feel like, okay, I gotta keep going. You know what I'm saying? With my shit. They talked about how it went. Huh?
You're being peer pressured into continuing YouTube? Is that what you're saying? Oh, now I have to.
Oh man, it's just like they watching me, man.
Yeah,
like the Dave Chappelle episode where what was that, the haters, the player haters went back in time.
Players are hate.
And then you had Dave Chappelle. He was carving something. He was like, they were talking about white folks, and he said, "Shh, they coming." Like, they watching me. I gotta be on it. Yeah, hell Lord. They talked about how women are sexualized, yet bringing a very well-known black woman to have her objectify herself and She-Hulk. Yes, and that is what also I will talk about in my video. They're using Megan Thee Stallion for that. They take fucking Black Panther out of the movie, so strong black man out of there. But now we got these women already coming up, and then they got fucking Namor coming up, strong man, sure, but he got his little female servant girl that's gonna usurp him or like tell him he on some fuck shit. So that's going on. They're using minorities for that. This whole gay agenda, like I said, Lightyear. You got the fucking what's that, Hawthorne. I can go in it all day, but Disney's Marvel is the true racist here with how they're portraying these characters, and I'm gonna keep calling it out.
I think one of the things that I always try to point to when people call me whatever, a racist or whatever, kind of say like that's racist to say that when you're saying like, oh, Namor should be played by a Mexican. Like, it makes no sense at all. Like, I hate this casting. And they go like, well, that's not that's kind of a bigot thing to say. And I'm like, dude, I'm also pointing out the fact that his back looks awful. Like there's a bunch of things that fans hate about these guys, like the Widow's Peak. We literally made a video where it's like the Widow's Peak genocide. We're like, where's the Widow's Peaks? Black Adam doesn't have a Widow's Peak. It's like, okay, come on, guys. We have a vision from the comics and we want that on the screen, and that's all we want.
Yeah. And we're saying like instead of turning characters some race, you know what I'm saying, race swap, gender swap, sexualize, and just go find those characters and put their ass in there. Like, I also make the comparison, which should probably be in the video, but in the Civil War comic, Goliath was the guy that died. Now, they introduced him in the MCU, but he was like a background character. But for somebody working on that movie to look at that book and see, oh, the black man dies, and then in the MCU adaptation of Civil War, okay, well, we can't kill Black Panther. That's why he's here, because his dad died. And we can't kill Anthony Mackie's Falcon because we got plans on giving him the shield later on and not do Falcon movies. Who's the least important black guy here? War Machine. So, okay, we're not going to kill him. That's going to be too, you know what I'm saying? They're going to call us out for that. So we're just going to fucking incapacitate him. And, he can't use his fucking legs now. So it's like, that's just pretty racist to me.
And with all that Stark tech, he's like, yo, Rhodey, I got you this kind of bionic leg.
Yeah,
you're not going to walk straight. You're going to need a lot of therapy. Like, I had a heart issue and I fixed it myself in a cave in Saudi Arabia. But I mean, like, I get you these little bionic legs. You're going to be like you'll be like Tink Tink 2.0. But I mean, that's all I got for you.
And then you kept Terrence Howard. He was like, come on, bro, just shoot some shit in my spine, bro. Give me back walking, baby.
Put it in my spine, man. Come on, Tony.
In my spine.
I went and found you in Saudi Arabia, man. I've always stick up for you. Just
you gonna do me like that, brother?
Man.
He's almost doing like the crack guy, Dave Chappelle's character. Come on, man, come on, just give me a little something for my back, a little bit,
just a little bit. Let's shoot it in there. Let's see what it do, baby. But yeah, man, just shit like that, bro. And that's why I really want to see, and maybe we can talk about this on stream, or maybe we don't want to reveal it later, but I'm just going to tell everybody, pay attention to the male characters in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Just pay attention to them.
Bro. We have to talk about that next week, definitely, with the line. Yep. We'll bring that out. I did more research into that. Yeah, you're right.
Ooh, okay.
Week. Yeah, I looked it up. Yeah.
Lord of the Ring, absolutely, sir. A complete contradiction to the virtue signal from the very poorly conceived first episode. Yeah, bro. Yep. They just saying what they need to at the time to appeal to them. I'm not gonna say most people, but I don't know. Whatever. Y'all talking about these men, but y'all forgetting Iko Uwais. Y'all offend me. Who is that? Iko Uwais is the new badass lately. Who is that?
We're talking about something.
Trying to get him some Dragon Balls. Speaking of trying to get some Dragon Balls, maybe we should get into like House of the Dragon. We've been shitting on She-Hulk for a while.
We're 90 minutes in. I guess we could change course.
Yeah. All right.
You guys said you liked it, right?
Oh yeah, it was pretty good actually. But House of the Dragon, I actually liked it.
Look, bro, I can't say I like it, and I'm not trying to hate it. I don't hate it. It's just there. Like, things are happening, but I'm just at that kind of state of my mind with everything. I'm watching this shit purely to see dragons flying in the air, killing each other. That's all. I don't give a fuck about the politics no more. It all leads to Daenerys being the very thing that she fought against. So
I'm not gonna lie. I just told my wife, I was like, honey, like, if we ever find a dragon and I die, like, have that dragon set me on fire at the funeral. That looks hot as shit. Like, I want that kind of send off. That's awesome.
So I mean, y'all can go ahead. Let's get into the House of the Dragon. I'm still going through the chat, but I'll just pull them up.
Yeah, I liked it a lot because I like the court political intrigue part of Game of Thrones. My favorite scenes, ones I look back on, I'm like, oh, these are so good. Is when you see Tywin speaking to the lady Tyrell, the older lady. When you see these two powerhouses like playing like they're doing mental chess in front of each other, just the way they choose their words, the tones they're saying, kind of the slights at each other, but yet so professional that if you stepped in on this conversation, you would think it's so cordial. It's that right there I loved about Game of Thrones. So I'm glad part of that is here. And and a lot of gore and I don't know. I really like the first episode where Daemon just goes in and is like basically Judge Dredd throughout the streets of King's Landing.
Like, gold with the gold cape, that's hot. Like, he walks like, oh shit, it's a gold cape. Rapist, there go your dick. Thief, there go your hand. You're like, damn, that's some street justice right there. I mean, it was really good because I think if you want to contrast it with She-Hulk, it's like She-Hulk is the way people think that they interact with each other, but Game of Thrones is the way people actually would treat each other. Right?
Yep.
They don't have to have music for the words. Like, they actually let the words that they have, especially when they're in court, the words have weight and they let them hang there. You're like, wow, he really just say congratulations to your son who was king or prince for a day. You're like, whoa, like if there's anything that will make you want to kill your brother, it's some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you lost your wife and your kid. Congratulations to me. In the whorehouse, you're like, yo, bro, did you really just say that about my wife and my son in a whorehouse? And now I got to hear about it in court.
Yeah. Okay. However, I will say the joke might have been like fire. You don't know. Like, it might have been just like, oh, dude,
it had to have been fire. It had to have been fire.
It could have been there, dude.
It got back. The fact that it got back. Like, it was wrong, but I laughed. You know, I was knee deep in a prostitute. So it was funny though, you know.
Yeah, you had to be there, and they're like, "Yeah, that's actually awful. You shouldn't say that." Yeah,
I was man. Are y'all talking about Daemon with the air for the day?
Yeah.
Okay, I just came in and just killed the energy of it. I was reading the chat. I was going through, but nah, bro. And I saw your video on it, Phoenix, and I feel you. That's a conversation that I want to have. A question. Yeah, I've been entertained by the show. But why is everybody loving Daemon as a character?
I think you kind of love to hate him a little bit of it. He's interesting. He's not a pure villain. You can see the complexities to his motivations where you see he's lashing out. And I don't know if you've ever had somebody like in this, like I have a little brother that's somewhat like this. I wouldn't say even nearly to this evil extent, but where you'd see him kind of lash out to get your attention here. But on a bigger scale, and the political intrigue of it all, and Matt Smith just chews up the scenery too. Like, if this is played by a different actor, potentially we don't even like. We're kind of like, yeah, he's okay, but he's killing it.
He's a lovable scamp, and it's like between the whoring and the drinking, like, wow, he actually has moral. He's like, yo, if Tyrion Lannister were at least 5'10" to 6 feet tall, he'd be this dude.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is. I think it's an emotional transference of what we wanted Tyrion Lannister to be physically to back up the way he talks. And now we kind of got him in Daemon, and we're like latching onto that.
Look, you called him a scamp, and I just thought a Lady and the Tramp, but like the puppy that they had, his name was Scamp. And I just see Daemon running around like, give me power.
God, no matter what conversation we have, AJ just says, bring it back to dogs, doesn't he? We're just trying to have a nice medieval conversation.
Look, bro, I'm just saying, to see Daemon, because he's just begging for this little power. He's like, big brother, you don't treat me like I should. And I take it back to Disney. I think that's what I take it back to, because all I saw was Scar in this character. But you know, that king, that brother's king, like we see him. But Daemon, like, I like him, but I don't see the whole, maybe he's the protagonist that we're looking for type thing. I feel like if you know how we got attached to the characters in Game of Thrones, they would all do like some fuck shit at some point to where it's like, ooh, bro, damn, you maybe shouldn't have done that. And I think that will come for Daemon. Is it going to be him fucking his niece? I don't think so, because he shows that I feel like he does care for her because in that, but not in a sexual type of way. I don't see it. But in that moment to where she went and tried to give him back the egg, and this is in episode 2, and he was like, "Fuck!" Like now my niece here. Like you're clearly calling out for war against your brother. Like fuck it, you know what I'm saying? Let's do it. But it's like when the niece came into it, he was like he hated himself for it, as opposed to some sexual look. It was just like, damn, the one I actually care about is in the way. So I
don't know. It could be like the way that your niece would look at you when you were idealistic and you thought that everything that grown-ups did was fun. And so I have to put on this air of every time I come back, I got to bring a gift, show that my life is fun and it doesn't suck, that my brother doesn't want to be around me, that he sends me out to these weird places, and the wife that I have is kind of boring, so I whore around a lot. But all that's gone because the idealism returns when my niece is here. She's not yet drawn into the political side of everything because she's the cupbearer, at least from what I saw. So first, like, well, hey, I can keep up the air of someone that actually looks up to me until like you finally see her in the court and you're like, you see her see more of the political age, and he's like, well, damn, now she's just like everybody else. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't seem to have too much agency on it. Like, she doesn't seem like she's pushing her own motivations besides just literally keeping the peace. She doesn't want to increase her standing anywhere. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I think he sees in her something that he can use, and not to actually to just manipulate, but to actually, like Scar, like maybe if I can get you away, I can influence you to a certain way. But I think it's like maybe because she hates how the other dudes are like treating her, they didn't even want her to be there. And then the big cousin lady married to the black dude is like, you need to get with the program, little girl. You know what I'm saying? These men will burn all this shit before they let you be a queen or whatever. So I know she's thinking like getting into the politics. Okay, as I get into this, somebody could be trying to assassinate me at any moment. Like somebody perceivably trying to, working on my best interest is trying to get one over on me. And I think Daemon has felt that. So he's like, okay, she feels that already. Let me ally her to my cause. And people who read the books probably already know what's going on. But
it's like, well, once you're allied to the cause, like, hey, look, I already have 2,000 soldiers that will do anything for me. So if I say do anything for her, you've got that safety. And to go, hey, I like the fact that in the first episode, they tell you, hey, you're the king's cupbearer. I need you to hear this. You hear what you're serving them drink, but you need to hear how the people do the politics, how the men think, what they actually think of the court. And it was a slick way of doing that without thrusting all this responsibility on her or making her Mary Sue out from jump. Like, that's why I say it's not like I love it. I like it and I appreciate it because they're qualifying everything. You know what I mean? Like, hey, we don't want you to be the future queen, but like, hey, your mom tried for 10 years, couldn't have a kid. We cut her open to hopefully hope that she had a boy. She did. He's dead. And your dad won't choose another woman to take as his bride to have another kid. So we went through this complete process of elimination and we wound up with you. I know you don't like it. We don't really like it, but I mean, here we are. So they told us that through the first episode. And I really appreciate they explained it to us without having to hold our hands or just saying that out the gate, she's the bestest of all time.
Well, also about Daemon, further reason why I really don't want to like him, because he a bitch. Scar came out and said, I ain't trying to fight you, bro. Like, I'm the brains, but you the brawn. You gonna kick my ass. But this dude is like throwing a rock, hiding his hand. Like when the dudes came to him, you could have just handled them swords to swords, but then he want to call out the dragon and be like, what's up now? You know how this going to end. It's like, why do you even have to get to that point? Because that one night kicked your ass in the tournament earlier. So we know Daemon ain't got, no hands or no steel or no Dragon Balls. Now, he took out all those people in the city or whatever, but those was fucking common folk. You know what I'm saying? Not to get political. I don't care about politics, but Biden trying to take our weapons away and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that he can pull a Daemon.
Yeah. That was also
I don't like Daemon, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't.
You're right. It's everywhere. But no, I don't. I just don't like Daemon. There's nothing about him. He's not charismatic. I know y'all was talking about Phoenix. Is he a simp? Bro is a simp. He got a whole wife, and he just trying to give everything to this whore. And I understand, you know what I'm saying? He wanted a little brown skin. He wanted some black hair instead of the pale blondes and whatnot. I feel him. I'm not mad at him. But both of your women need to be right there, son.
Well, but he's not giving her the seed. He's holding it back, right? You know, so he's not. He might be simping a little bit, but he's holding it back, so he has some retention to it, right?
Exactly.
Why is he holding it back?
It's a power move, right?
Yeah.
How many times have you told your wife you like I fake it every time? You know, it's what a power move to her.
Oh my
like,
goodness!
You tell her that. Yeah, I tell my wife I fake it all the time. That was all sweat, baby.
Look, bro. So for Daemon, I think it's more of a power move to have the child because then that's an actual male heir, and it's probably not
true.
More claim to it. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to it would be the bastard kid. That's what they were saying. Like fuck that little bastard baby. But if he has one with the actual wife, there you go. We got a son, and then Daemon, instead of being this soft ass dude, like trying to cling to this power, like he already don't got the power that he has. Like, hey, bro, when my son raised up, he'll get it if that's what you want. But I'll let my little cousin run things. It's like I just don't like that character. I take it back to Scar, which he had everything that Mufasa had, but no, he did not. He did not have access to those women. Simba and Nala were siblings.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just, yeah.
But yeah, so Daemon feeling like because y'all just made that little point awkward. So because yeah, man, Daemon just had a baby, bro, and just wait. Like I feel like he's doing too much, and now this is the civil war that I think that the dragon's about to get into. So it's gonna take out all the dragons. Like it ain't even have to be all that. I guess I'm asking for fan service as opposed to actual book adaptations. I don't know what's going on.
I would say, but at least it interests you enough to the character. Do you know what I'm saying? As opposed to just flat out, hey, it's like, I like the show, don't like that character. Like there are some things that I would want to see about him before I go further, but at least it's got your eye, it's got your attention, and you're at least going to be watching intently to see if what you think is going to turn out. And that's really all you can ask for in a character that's not terrible or preachy.
Yeah, I agree.
So you say he's possibly, do we like this guy's secret protagonist? At the same time, the king, I like the king. Yeah, he's a weak king and whatnot, but he's made it this far, and he's not trying to marry that little girl. And I'm just like, I fucks with you, dude, for not doing it, even though that would be the power move.
I'm laying on I will say this. My man was like, yo, can't you see I'm with my micro machine and my Legos right now? Leave me alone. I told my wife, I said, exactly. I said, look at that. See, he's playing with toys too and wants to be left alone. See that she wrote? I understand his life.
And the is it the hand or the what's the dude name? Otto
Hightower. Yeah.
His daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So that whole that shit's weird. You're trying to set your daughter up. I understand she might be more of age, but even that girl don't want to do it. And the king recognizes this at first. He's just like, oh, she was in here is just good company. But then I think he was just like, well, if I got to choose, I'm on to the plan now. I get what you was trying to do. Fuck it.
Yeah. Well, the show does a good job of them connecting on more neutral, what do you want to say, topics or something, his the Hightower girl, her mom died, and Viserys' wife just died, so they're both going through loss, and he's trying to mend that a little bit, and then she recognized that he's a good guy, he's just kind of being put in his bad spot here, what to do next, and then on top of it, she fixed that thing for him. So they make these little connections here that have really nothing to do with any of the political stuff. So when he decides to choose her, it doesn't feel like it's necessarily all political, even though it probably is mostly because he doesn't want to hitch himself totally to what'd you guys call him? The cornrows?
Cornrollers.
Cornrollers. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. The by him not marrying his little black cousin or whatever, that's just weird. But I can also see. At one moment, I thought he was gonna fucking marry his daughter. I was like, I don't know how wild they're gonna get with this show, but I can see him marrying her as just that connection, but possibly waiting. Because he's so nice and just like, all right, whenever you want to do this, then sure, we'll try. Because he's just not into, he understands what he has to do. People pressure him to marry and have a kid. Right, he's just like, nah, bro, I'm not really with that. Well, so I think, I think he'll do that, but he'll get his ass assassinated before too long.
Could you imagine having the weight over your shoulders of the first thing is like I might have to kill my wife to have a male heir to prevent tens of thousands of people dying in a civil war, right? It's like my wife or this, and he's like, I choose the realm, so I'm gonna have this male heir. I choose my people over my wife. So that sucks thinking like that. And then also on top of it, like you're saying, with these girls, these young girls, like, hey, you got to marry one of them. He's like, dude, I don't want to marry any of them. They're like, well, there's gonna be a civil war. And he's like,
that one.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah,
we had the conversation. Do we think Viserys is he racist? That's why he didn't pick the Valyrian girl. He's just like,
maybe. Is that why his cousin is the queen that never was? Because he was like, damn, I might would have told your ass if you want to marry this black dude. I don't want him taking my shit.
Now it's making more sense here. Now I'm liking the show even more.
Damn. So now he looking at the little black girl like, What's that? Another Dave Chappelle clip where he was talking about the different presidencies. He was like Bill Clinton, be like, "Come here, little nigga, baby." Yeah, that's what the king. I don't know. I'm not gonna say what he should have done, but that was the power move. It's just weird for the black dude to be like, "I'm mad you didn't marry my child, so that I can take all your shit." Yeah, so like you were talking about choosing the people or making the power moves as opposed to like family relations. That's just not some shit that I'm trying to see again. To address this point though, Dempsey, do you think dire wolves will be in this show? I don't think so. I want them to. This is the only reason I'm watching this shit, because I want to see the fantastical creatures. I want to see that element of this world as opposed to knights in shining armor fighting and shit over a chair. But even when the Starks like saw the dire wolves, they was like, "Whoa, what the fuck is this? We thought they was extinct, and this is a fresh 200 years before, and not even a full 200." So I still feel like maybe dire wolves won't really just be around enough, plentiful enough to see or actually have an impact in the story. Yeah, it's about dragons. I think the dire wolves would have been dope if they had like some magical power, like they couldn't. I won't say like fire didn't affect them, but if ice for sure didn't affect them, like cold, like that could be something. Because then if Jon Snow has a fucking dragon to ride as well as a ice wolf type thing, he badass dude right there.
They're supposed to be a lot bigger than they were in the series. Unfortunately, they cut it like the budget wise, how big they were.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
They're supposed to be huge.
Yeah, I mean, actually, Phoenix, my wife actually went. Was it Ireland? I think she actually saw the direwolves that were in Game of Thrones. She's like, they're huge. She loved it. She was like, she actually had them for the whole day. She's like, they're pretty big. It's just like they had to make them even bigger with post production. But yeah, she's like, they're pretty fucking huge.
Well, I think you were saying like the actual direwolves are supposed to be bigger than how they presented them in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, and I would have preferred something like that to see. I know the direwolves can't combat the dragons in a way, but to see, like, in this hypothetical perfect Game of Thrones, to see fucking Daenerys riding on a big ass dragon and then her man cousin on this big ass ice wolf and they just running shit, that would have been dope to see. Yeah, I'm just saying. Dempsey. He said charisma isn't always good, though. It could be a powerful presence, an air of authority, or forebodance. Yeah. I feel you. What's that? Daemon's his followers likes him though. They down for I guess because he's the party dude. They get to kill, rape, pillage, and whatnot. So why wouldn't they be like, yeah, fuck yeah, this our boy.
Yeah, look at that time period, dude. You got to be raping and pillaging, otherwise you're not doing anything. Come on.
Otherwise you just
those numbers up.
Otherwise, you waiting on the crop to grow and shit. You over there praying. we out here making shit happen. Brother Graham got a bounce to go do some work. Godspeed all. Go handle it. Go handle your business. Appreciate you coming through, bro. Interacting with the chat. I mean, with us, y'all, the chat. I was catching on what y'all were talking about. The House of Dragon can't wait until tomorrow. Is that when the new episode will come out or something?
Might be.
Yeah, Sundays it comes out. Sundays at is it 8 p.m. Central Time? So 9 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Anything besides Bronn warging into them, that was the closest we got, I think, to the dire wolves having actual extraordinary abilities. See, bro, that's what I'm trying to see, some magical wolves and shit. bring it back to not Disney but Twilight. Y'all remember that part in Twilight? I hate this, and we're gonna talk about our shit, our story, our comic stuff, Don. But
yeah.
that when that random ass vampire just running up, just grunt vampire got behind Jake and just squeezing the shit out of his rib cage, and Jake was just like, arr, arr. I was like, man, you pussy. I was like, break him, kill his ass. He deserved it because that was a pussy ass wolf. You just made them big, but they were still just big dogs.
A wussy. Yeah, a wussy.
Yeah, that's a wussy. So I wasn't trying to see that. I like small horse size. What is that? Is that the size that they wear in the show? Well, also, maybe
you're good.
Well, I hated that all of the fucking the wolves died. Like, I think somebody was saying maybe Ghost is still alive, and I think Nymeria is still out there, Arya's wolf, but all the wolves fucking died, and Arya just let Nymeria just be out there to just roam. And is Nymeria such a, alpha badass female that she like, can't none of these lesser wolves get my wolf pussy? Or is she actually having babies? Are we getting watered down dire wolves out there somewhere? That's the story after Game of Thrones, though, not this prequel shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. What were you gonna say, Don?
I was gonna ask you if you what do you think about a dire wolf with a dump truck like Megan Thee Stallion?
Hey, bro.
Now you change your mind? Okay, go ahead.
Look, bro, I'm not a furry. Okay, let me make that disclaimer. But if I was to see something like that, and I just so happened to change in wolf form, and she was throwing it at me, the pheromones was going. You know what I'm saying? I was picking up them scents she putting down. I'm with it. I'm all over it.
Okay.
I'll watch.
Was anybody surprised by that fucking answer? Like, you shouldn't.
Yeah, no.
No. We need to make sure you said it.
Yeah, some dog on dog, some wolf on wolf, I'm with. But when it comes to interspecies relationship, I ain't that progressive. That's when we get into furry territory. If they were small horse size, the saddle could have gone onto the wolf, mounted brown with the lance just raking fools. Oh my goodness, to see this paralyzed ass boy on top of a wolf and it just carrying his body, and you just see his body up there, and it's just like in this little state, but he's jumping into every opponent on the battlefield. No, that's not like that.
Ego. No. He was like the inflatable, like tube man.
Look, he got to fix his hands on the stable first, on the saddle first, to make sure.
The legs would have been like this, though, bro. On the back of that wolf.
Stirrups, bro. Put him in the stirrups. Don't have my man out there being disrespected like that. He has to be in this position the entire time, with his eyes just glazed over, and he's just going into all these characters, bro. Just think. Instead of, man. I don't know shit about what's that, Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power, but instead of Galadriel fighting this big ass ice troll, and our Game of Thrones characters fighting big ass trolls and whatnot, just have Legless boy warg into one of them, and then that troll ends up fighting for them. Just like, come on, bro. That's the shit I'm trying to see. All these politics and all these names and all that. I only know Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
Did I get that
and
one?
Cornrollis.
Yeah.
And Cornrollis. We got to make him up. He should have warged into one of the dragons, wrecked fools. That's what people thought was going to happen. But,
I mean, one of the theories they had in Game of Thrones that they didn't, like in the Song of Ice and Fire of the series that they had going on before even like, the movie, or excuse me, the series was made, was that there's a theory that Bran was going back in time to like try to like interact with the past, right? And he already interacted with it, so it's like a closed loop. It's not like he's changing the future, right? And one of them was that he was going to be the whispers that the Mad King heard, and that they never touched that in the series. I thought that was so like, that'd been so cool that he was trying to help out, or at least trying to like manipulate it, but really made it worse, and that's the reason why the king went mad. And like, there's these little theories that were never touched that season 8 really screwed up, but. I hope there's a little more of mystic stuff in the series. I like the court stuff, but I do like the little flavor, little twist of. Yeah.
Man, I'm tired of the politics, bro. We see where they got us the first time. I just want to see creatures doing shit. I want to see the little woodland people that Bron was talking to in the tree. I want to see that type of shit. Because, again, we see where the politics lead to. So let's see what the fantastical shit was before. We see where the politics go. Let's see where this was, what happened before so much of the human influence. And again, back on Daemon, I really hate that he pulled that dragon out, but just this whole family in general, I hate that, which they addressed in the show. I think the conversation between Viserys and Rhaenyra, where she was saying that we're just regular people, like they think we're gods because of
without the dragons, regular people.
Where we tame the dragons, or we the closest thing to gods. But it's like every time some real shit like happens, besides Daenerys, because she actually amassed a kingdom, and the people to follow her. But I'm seeing a lot of my dragon gonna show up and like swing my dick around, and I don't like that. I don't like that. I think save the dragon. Using it for plot point and using it as them as characters, as this family. It's like, why do you have to show that as your
show of strength?
Why is that your show of strength? Like, save that for when you're one man going into a fucking army, going against one army. Then pull the dragon out. And then
like, hey, it's as a show of strength, this is what we got in addition to our show of force. Like, don't fuck with us.
Yeah. And yeah, bro. So I don't like that about the character. So it just further makes me like just hate this Daemon character. But I'm interested to see where Rhaenyra, where she goes. But again, you just see Daenerys, and it's just like, is that the same shit happening? But again, I'm not a real fan of this stuff, so what's going on. I know Mike Has Bad Knees says she has a pack of lesser wolves in the books, and they're wrecking things all over Westeros. It's like, what do you book people know? Like, what's to come? Is this shit even really worth me watching?
I will say this: when I at least check the wiki on Lord Cornwallis, he winds up being, I think, hand to the queen, which is Rhaenyra, I think. So
spoiler alert.
Yes, I mean it's a book, spoiler alert, so we don't even know if they're gonna use it. I'm just saying it's one thing that I saw. But again, Lord Cornwallis was a white dude with shiny black hair, looking like Nandor from What We Do in the Shadows. So what we got was Lord Cornwallis instead.
With shiny black hair?
Yeah, I mean, like he's the sea snake. Like when you look up the picture of him, you're like, this looks nothing like Lord Cornrose.
Okay, so these are not he's not Targaryen.
No, he is Targaryen. That's the problem. Like in the book lore, he's a real person.
Yeah, but he's from Valyria, right? Like the place where the Targaryens. Yeah, so where the Targaryens are. So they kind of look all alike. They have like that. It's all that platinum hair and like fair skin. Yeah. They kind of look like elves. Right. It's the closest thing that George R. R. Martin has to elves in his series. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like he doesn't look anything like the character that they have portraying him. So I don't know how much of the book history going to put into it. But it's like it looks like in the book he plays a prominent role, so you don't know where it's going to go. So that's what I'm saying. Like even if they did, I mean, we saw what they did with Game of Thrones when they had clear things they were trying to do into season 5 or 6. When they switched to writers and the writers didn't follow any of the prompts, it fell off, and none of the proclamations or visions they said came true because the writers that came on after season 5 didn't really follow the plan.
Yeah, and you see George R. R. Martin wanted to he tried to get more seasons, which would have fleshed out and given it more of these scenes some air to breathe, which some people have issues with these early episodes of House of Dragon. And I said it's setting everything up. It's letting you like these characters because at the end of the day, like how people have issues with Marvel movies or superhero movies where they think it's just like, or better yet, Transformer movies where just two big robots fighting each other. You don't want just two big dragons in the air fighting each other. Yes, it's entertaining to a degree, but it makes way more impactful when these two their history together, right? And you're like, oh, the betrayal and how much this means to them, and do they make the killing blow or they let them go? I like the build up right now.
Yeah, give me time to be invested.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm fine with the build up as well. Once you saw the dragons when Rhaenyra pulled up to the was the Dragonstone and to confront her uncle, you could see the sheer size difference in the dragons. And I'm like, is that, it don't have to be, but is that like I think the dragons don't stop growing. I don't know if that's a real world fucking lizard fact I'm thinking of or some shit I heard in Game of Thrones, but I don't think the dragons stop growing as long as they're alive. So it kind of, I guess, shows by seeing those two characters and their dragons being that parallel. I think, do y'all recall from the trailer seeing like Into the Future with these characters aged up? Because I think I did see that.
Yes.
I didn't.
They do age them up. Yep. There's 2 actresses that are going to be playing Rhaenyra and who's the Hightower girl. Yeah. As they get older, they're going to switch the actresses out for these older ones, which doesn't bother me at all. Like I think some people were having this issue, and I thought like The Crown did it really well, where they had 2 seasons, with these characters, and they aged them up at a time jump. But I mean, as long as I feel like a lot of people treat their audience like they're idiots compared to what they really are, especially with this stuff. It's not like this is like CBS after the NFL football game. You put on this, it's like this is highbrow, a lot of intense conversations. So treat your audience a little more intelligent.
Right.
Yeah.
And given the fact it's 172 years before Daenerys, what's like 10 years? 10.
Yeah.
Well, give me 10, and you're aging them up, and you're making it more appropriate, because otherwise we're stuck with some teen bride shit, and no one wants to have that kind of discussion. So hey, let's make them of marrying and childbearing age now, as opposed to making them like 13 or 14 and having to go through it.
Yeah. So speaking on the dragons and the fantastical shit, I'm definitely fine with the aging up, because like how she it came to him, and you see his dragon clearly bigger, hers smaller. But he didn't initiate the conflict. He was like, okay, leave it alone. I think we'll see a shot like that, or that confrontation again with her bigger dragon, to show that, okay, now she is a force to be reckoned with. Now he might have to change his approach or his response to her confronting him. And then I think we'll be able to see, like, okay, how much does he really care about her? I can see him going the route of wanting to fuck this child in the future once we see that aged up. I don't think he's willing to do it right now, especially with him having so much fun with his brown wench
conquests. Yes.
And his conquest, and just I don't know what that'll look like, though, to fill in those gaps, because he has declared war, essentially. Like, he gave the egg back, but that was to the niece. He still went against everything this fucking brother was telling him to do. So there's still that. So, like, how would they fill in that gap of, her aging up and possibly, like, taking over? And, well, okay, I don't want to refer back to the spoiler that you brought up, but I'm just gonna say it's Game of Thrones, so there's a lot of things that can happen predictable and not that can definitely make this interesting and have, like, callbacks or evoke some type of emotion that we got from Game of Thrones. But I don't know how much they're gonna do the fantastical shit, because there's an attack on fantasy genre right now, or that shit's not being done well. So I think it will be fan service, and I guess talking back to the wolf stuff and all the magical creatures. Dempsey said the children of the forest, these little kids and whatnot. I don't think we're going to see that, just because of the industry or mainstream proving that they can't really do that well right now. And dragons. Yeah, and dragons are fan service. So we're just gonna leave it at the dragons and Big Dragon Civil War, and that's going to be enough right there. It's not enough for me,
AJ. Oh, I was about to say, it's like that's not enough for you. It's just a Big Dragon Civil War.
Nah, bro, it's not enough for me, because, like you were saying, the actual politics of it, it makes the fights against the dragons more interesting. Like, I'm one of the few people that like the Aragon movie, and I understand people hate it, but that dragon being a partner, a companion, and then their life force kind of being connected between the dragon and the human, to see those stakes played out into a dragon battle, like, that shit's cool. So to see the politics played out in the dragon battle would be cool, as well as, I don't know if y'all remember this Xbox game that was supposed to come out that got canceled, but it was that the main character looked like fucking Dante from Devil May Cry, and the thing was, you get a dragon, and it's an RPG. So you leveling up your dragon, your character as well with his combos, but your dragon is out there doing shit, fighting enemies, helping you out. And it was multiplayer, so it could be multiples of y'all. Well, 4 of y'all doing it. Awesome. So I like that. I like that concept. I like the, even with the wolves, I like that connection, that companionship between the human and fantastical creature. Scalebound, yeah, that's the name of it. I just know we're not going to see that from this show. That's all. Yeah, I'm just at a point to right now where things are happening. I'm not excited for anything I know these folks really just don't give a shit about. Hey, bro, I got to make this badass adaptation of this this story that came out that people love. They just, what can I fit into this world that has this attached audience? So that's where I'm at. I'm not black pilled in the sense of they're never going to get it right. Entertainment is doomed. It's just like, well, while they fuck up, we can, make some cool shit happen over here to where once they decide to get their act together and get, what I'm saying, we can at least be competing as opposed to just sitting around like dogs, like waiting on a fucking dog treat. Like, yay, you giving me high value treats again. I'm happy.
We're back on dogs again.
Oh shit! There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they have some awesome fights here with the dragons in a big battle by the end of this season. I don't know how many seasons they'd go for here with the dance. It's basically the Dance of Dragons. That's what it's called, this Targaryen Civil War in the books. But I don't know. I'm interested in it. I hope they do it well, and I hope my ideal scenario is they do like 3 seasons of this, and then they move on to like Robert's Rebellion, and they cast like real looking people for it, like book accurate, like Robert not looking like the guy from the dad from Still Standing sitcom, he was a good actor, but like no, he's supposed to look like the Mountain Robert, and then he's supposed to have a big gut, and he has a hammer so heavy that Ned can barely even pick it up, but he uses on the battlefield, dude.
Wow.
Rob is a badass in the books, and and that's why it's so sad to see him like, is this like just this whatever pleasure-seeking king that's sitting on the throne now. Yeah, that
just want to drink and fuck.
Dude, yeah, I want to see a good Robert's Rebellion. Whatever series.
Yeah, I think I was saying like 3 seasons. I think that's enough right there. You should be able to do the story. Again, I haven't read the book, but if you condense it to like 3 seasons, I think that's a short like digestion. We can get through that as opposed to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 just to be let down again. Give me 3 and then move on within that world. So yeah, you're the rebellion with the stacks. I'm with it. I fucks with it. And then we won't get to see Ned Stark with a wolf because he didn't even know what the fuck those was.
So I don't know. I put it like this. It's kind of like they're trying to go with the route of Yellowstone. I know you don't watch Yellowstone, right? You don't watch Yellowstone, right, Antoine?
I haven't seen it yet.
You gotta watch Yellowstone because as much as you love nature and being out in the pastures and all that stuff, you would love it, right? So they wound up spinning off a show from Yellowstone, like takes place like 1878. It's basically the patriarch's like great grandfather and settling and getting the Yellowstone up off his feet. And so they actually made another spinoff of that. That's like 80 or 90 years into the future from that. And so it's like, well, when you have something that popular and you can go back, if you let it flesh out a few seasons, you can kind of get it to the point where like, oh, that's Daenerys's father. You know what I'm saying? If you do it right, you can probably get them up to, and then maybe even including the birth of Daenerys without soiling the rest of the franchise. It's going to take it might take a while, maybe take like 8 to 10 years. But if they do good time jumps, you can probably get to that point where you might see Ned as a kid. Maybe not as an adult, but as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Because you still have to go through the House Targaryen being like up in shambles.
So what about the birth of what's that boy, Jon Snow?
That
was a pretty crazy event.
It is, and that's like 130. So you could probably get there, maybe.
Well,
it would have to stop at that point.
And that's Robert's Rebellion, the birth of Jon, right? That's what kicks it all off. Is because what's her name? It's Ned Stark's sister, Lyanna Stark. They think she's being captured by Rhaegar, which is Daenerys' brother. They think that he's taking her and raping her, but he's not. They fell in love and they ran away together, and they have a child, and that's who Jon Snow is. He is the Song of Ice and Fire. He is the literal mixture of ice and fire together.
Yeah. Then maybe you can do that. You could probably get up to Ned. You could probably that would actually work. I'm okay with that. Yeah. Do you think that they'll be able to do that? Like, how many seasons do you think it would take to get to that rebellion?
Well, I
You see what I mean?
honestly, yeah, I would want it there just be like basically season 1 setup, season. I don't know if you'd have to extend it to 3 seasons because at the same time you don't want to like overstay your welcome on this stuff, and you just you're
No.
milking it out. It's like no, just move on to the next good story to tell. The same with this Dance of Dragons Civil War we're seeing right now. It's like, yes, do a time jump because I don't want to see the 10 years build up to the conflict later on. You know.
No.
Yeah, that's why I said if they can do it, make it happen. But if not, since I don't know shit about the books, I don't want to just say it. Folks be like, that's fucking dumb. No, they can't do that. Like everybody getting on Rings of Power ass be like, how you gonna put all these years of something in this look? I'm like, look, bro, I don't know.
I will tell you this though. The failure of Rings of Power is going to get more fans of House of the Dragon. It's going to wind up leading to more money and probably a few more seasons than they would normally have because Rings of Power is so terrible.
Yeah,
see what I mean, it's almost a be careful what you wish for thing. Like they'd be glad to have it as 3 seasons, do enough time jumps to get you to the rebellion, but like, oh yo, we've got all these pissed off Lord of the Rings fans that are now watching our show and saying how great it is. Maybe we can milk this for a season or 2 longer than it should be because you've got more money coming in. And HBO Max, like, bro, I canceled my subscription a week ago, and then I was like, yo, House of the Dragon is good. I re-upped on HBO Max. It's the only reason I have HBO Max because before that was for the Snyder Cut. Like, who else really uses HBO Max outside of anything Game of Thrones related or Sopranos?
Oh,
be careful, bro, because I watched the shit out of those cartoons on HBO Max when I had it. Now,
when you had it, right? Well, bro, we share the account, so I'm like,
well, so now,
you have it, right? You see what I'm saying? But I only got it for one thing.
But you saying how many people watch it? I'm like, I watch a lot of animation, and a lot of animation getting slashed and whatnot. But I think that's just a rework. There's still a lot of shit to choose from. Like, I don't know. There's probably some more me's out there watching fucking Boomerang and Bugs
But the
Bunny
thing
at his peak.
But like, if you got kids and you got cable, you already got Boomerang. So what do you need HBO Max for? Like, I got it the minute they announced the Snyder Cut. I didn't watch anything on it. I maybe watched 2 episodes of Sopranos. I'll probably have to watch it more to get into it. Game of Thrones was a letdown in the final season, so it rendered the rest of the seasons unwatchable. And then after the Snyder Cut came out, bless the heart of my wife Shiro for sitting through that with me for 4 hours. But like, that's something that you want to have to buy as a physical copy to know that, hey, look, I saw it and I have proof that it existed. Outside of that, Young Justice was disappointing. Like they put in and take out different superhero movies. Any cartoon movie that comes out is not even on HBO Max. So what else are you even using it for if you have it? Like, I know you're specific with yours, but
yeah,
what else?
There's a few other people just watching the shit out of old cartoons. Like
exactly.
Me. And I'm starting to buy my shit
too for free.
Physical. Yeah, you can watch it online, and I've been buying them at Walmart, building that physical media collection. So I feel it will, I guess, I don't know, it has a certain time limit.
We'll see what happens.
I guess
We'll see what happens with this Lord of the Rings anime they're doing, the Rohirrim. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Wait, what? No.
Yeah.
They are?
Oh my goodness, you guys haven't heard? Yeah, there's a that one's supposed to be working more so with. Let's see if I can find it real quick. With Peter Jackson's, it's like
what's Peter Jackson's?
Well, it's more so with his people that he worked with than the Rings of Power. Let's see if it's right. Yeah, Lord of the Rings, Ride of the Rohirrim. Is it Ride of the Rohirrim? Anime.
Well, also this Primal on HBO Max go hard too. I gotta watch season 2.
It does.
Yep. Primal, yeah, caveman shit.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings: The War of the Rohirrim is an upcoming anime fantasy film based on, like, basically it's a prequel. Sometime with Helm Hammerhand, who's the Helm's Deep is named after.
Okay.
That's that whole fort is built there. So, yeah, it'd be cool. It's like some Lord of the Rings. Well, I don't know when it's coming out. It's going to come out later, but well, yeah, it's 2024.
If it's Peter Jackson's people, I'll at least give it a check. You know, I didn't know is Primal the one that Jendy Tartakovsky did from Dexter's Laboratory? That's him. Yeah. Oh, I'll give him that. Okay, that's pretty good.
Modern Cartoon Network shows, yeah. Yep, bro.
Okay, all right.
This shit's great. I've seen season 1. It's amazing. It's very simple though. It's very simple, but I love animation. You know.
All I saw was this man yelling at a dinosaur, and the dinosaur like fell through like a crevice. So I'm like, all right, I can get that.
That man fighting with that dinosaur. But I'm gonna address the chat, and then we're gonna get out of here. We passed that 2-hour mark. All right, Dempsey, how did you feel about the Rick and Morty version of Dragon Soul Bond? I put this comment up. I didn't like it, bro. I think, I would have liked to see regular dragons, not that sex dragon shit, kind of like how the Phoenix are sexualizing this fucking mythical creature.
Whoa. I'm following your lead.
Y'all ain't seeing my werewolves fucking no time soon, though. So,
oh my god.
So,
hey, shout out Steven Ransom in the chat. He just jumped in. Hey, Steven.
Yo, what's up, Steve?
Steven. Yeah, what up, Steven? You late as fuck, though, Steven. But I'm glad
we're wrapping up.
We're wrapping up. But, yeah, so I didn't like it. And the dragon designs was cool. So I'm like, you know what? We could have done something better with this. Like dragons in space as opposed to just fucking.
Hold on. If we're doing that, hold on. I need to share the screen because I need to show you something real quick. Hold on 1 second. Because you were talking about the centaur thing, and I actually found something. I was like, I need to show you this.
You better be Megan Thee Stallion.
No, I'm just saying, like, you was talking about. I'm like, if that show up, you thinking about it? That?
Man, let me full screen.
Think about it. Is that a full screen?
You know something? I'm gonna say this.
What?
Yeah, she looks attractive, but I feel like this is the least one of the least attractive centaurs, female centaurs on the internet.
All I'm saying, bro, this is the safe for work one that I can find.
I like the Pocahontas Mustang centaur though.
That's all I'm saying. I was like, you were completely off of the kick, and I'm like, hey, bro, would at least get you thinking about it.
Son, I said I would look and admire it, but interspecies relationships, I'm not. If she initiates it, I'm not finna just go smack that thing. Have you ever seen a horse kick? I'm not trying to get hit with that.
I'm just saying she was one of those.
You do want to go with that.
She give you one of those. You know what it is.
She give me the okay.
One of those.
Nah, bro, I don't want no horse kick. Not even in werewolf form. I'm not trying to take that.
Oh, come on, man. Yeah, you could feel like that, like James Bond did in Casino Royale. If you just line it up perfectly.
I'm trying
bro.
I'm gonna punch that thing back like She-Hulk did with Titanium when she tried to kick. And just I'm gonna have to end it. Be like, nah, don't play with me like that woman. But I hit her on the butt first though, so I'm in the wrong. So never mind. I couldn't even retaliate.
Do you have that picture still
of that centaur?
Yeah, I just want to point something out. Go ahead, AJ. Sorry.
Pull it up. Ego shared that.
Yeah. Do you have the centaur still?
You pull it back up?
Yeah, I just want to point something out here.
That's still there. Hold up. I can bring that up. Give me one second,
as you see her kind of shape kind of goes down to the bottom here, you see it like it almost looks like she has a huge camel toe between her two legs. And that's very
I was gonna say, is that it there or is it in the back? I was confused.
You said it's very upsetting?
It's confusing.
It's intimidating.
Oh, I feel you, but also because no matter how much you thrust, you will never get in between that.
Oh yeah, it's tight.
I mean,
it's there.
So I mean, it looks cool, but she technically just has a chest more muscular than mine. Yeah, this is too intimidating. She would have to approach me, bro. I don't want to be let down. But you know what? It depends. If I'm just feeling myself, I'm just having fun. You know what I'm saying? That I just mess with it just because I don't get no fucks. Whether I win or lose, I just hit on the centaur and came out.
Exactly. It's all about the story, bro.
It's all about the story.
It's all about the story. All right, I'm with it.
Oh my god.
All right. They should. Oh yeah, that's already up. They should worry about ending a story. You can't just keep dragging the story out. It makes the plot seem tired. The ends are arguably the most important part of any great story. Agreed. I think 3 seasons. Bam, get us to the point and get us in and out. Same way with Robert's Rebellion that Phoenix is talking about. Maybe give us short, little digestive, give us the story. Then that way, I guess HBO, whatever, they can stay in their Game of Thrones world and have their little deal with R.R. Martin dude. And hey, what books are coming out with now? What parallel show are we about to have with it if that's the route that he want to take? Steven Ransom, what's up? We said what's up to you. All right, everybody saying what's up. Dragon Soul Bond might have made the Phoenix flaccid because he's just trying to throw that flaccid thing and everybody willing to catch it. So you right. He wasn't feeling the monogamous relationship. You need a ladder and pure force of will, not in werewolf form, son. Don't go messing with the horse girl. You trying to get your orbiter bone. Yep.
Ooh.
See, y'all know what it is, bro. That's just something else. You can call me the Cranium Lantern. All right, that's all for the comments. Y'all got something to say? We done, y'all. We done got through our topics. We done said about as much, I think, as we want to say about this shit, or that we could. Because we can nitpick all day on She-Hulk. Y'all, we're gonna get together and make a better plot, a better story for She-Hulk.
Oh, so much better. Takes like a second or two, you can make a better one.
Yeah. So then somebody, we'll film that out. I will say that's one thing I was talking about with the Phoenixes and with me and Ego trying to do. And so many others. We're trying to make sure we continue to have fun with this geek shit, and we're here for a reason. We're not just here because we hate these things. So we want to highlight some stuff. Have a good time while we talking about them. Great Saturday mornings for the grown folks. So if y'all got something y'all want to say?
No, man. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for another successful stream. You guys giving us life through the comments. It is amazing being here, and we do this for you guys, and we love you guys being with us. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Sci-Fi.
Yeah, it was so much fun being on here. I'm gonna try to get Gator on. I think he got mixed up on the time. He works nights, and he thought it was like a little later of a stream, so he slept in. But no, that's between me and him. We were kind of communicating back and forth, so I'm gonna punish him later the way he doesn't like it. But yeah, I think me and him are still trying to figure out our streaming schedules, and we'd like to have both you guys on. But I'm always DM with AJ about stuff and getting him to open up about his little universe he's building. Nice. That is it's like, I love the art too, because I'm an artist and I appreciate like his design on things and his general take on it. But tonight we might be doing a stream. I'm still trying to figure it out whether I can do it or not. But you two are welcome to come on, and we're gonna try to do a cringe stream. And the general idea of it is there's two kind of running ideas. One was, hey, let's react to a cringe video, like one that just is so, you're like, holy shit, these people, how do they think this is okay? Like, this is so like backwards the way they're thinking here. And then the other one is another one would be like having everyone bring on their cringiest memes and having a contest who is the cringiest memes. Because I don't know about you guys, I don't know if you're in some like Marvel circles, but they got some cringe memes that are just like, who thinks this is funny? This is awful. Ugh.
No, I'm not. I know on Facebook I was in a bunch of those groups, but it was too many dumbasses for me. So
I wasn't, but I would love to pass judgment. Let us know when you go on that stream, so I can get on too.
Yeah. No, and I love being on here, guys. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, bro, it was fun. I guess I'll highlight y'all comments as we out. I'll just play the intro as the outro, and we just do it like that. So appreciate y'all coming through. It was fun. Catch y'all next Saturday. We trying to shoot for 10:30 to be out early and whatnot. 11 is probably too late, 10 too early. Let us know how y'all feeling, how we can make this a fucking experience for y'all. This is gonna keep evolving. I'm working on our art. I'm talking about with the channel as well as comic stuff on the outside. But it's happening, people. It's happening. It was fun. Let me throw that video up and get us out of here. Enter. I'm gonna knock these stickers off. Stays around, stays in our vote.